everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is Infinite Talk, and I'm here with my co-host, John Talks. Hi, John.
What's up? How's it going, everyone?
Hey, good to see you. It's been a minute. I think it's been like a month since we've seen each other, so good to see you. Hi, Dante's here also. Hi, Dante.
What's happening? Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, he's in a bar. You're in a bar.
Kind of. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. He's like, I'm going to change my background now. Good to see you though, John. It's been a minute. Lots of stuff has happened since we've seen each other. Like,
it's usually how it goes.
It feels like the world just goes way too fast sometimes, and then sometimes way too slow. And I don't know which one it is, but my personal life is, hasn't been the greatest in the last little while because of my cat, which I've shared now with everyone publicly. But it's just been like kind of challenging, especially like to stay on top of the news and like everything like that. So I just didn't even have it in me to stream for a couple weeks. So that's why it's been a while since I've seen both of you guys, Dante and John. So I hope you guys are doing okay. I know, Dante, you moved. I mean, like, you've been trekking, man. What's going on with you? Where are you now?
Yeah, I got the hell out of California. That's what I did. And
yeah.
I just I couldn't take Gavin Newsom anymore. I mean, it's hard watching California just, be destroyed from the inside out. But I moved to Colorado. And so I haven't streamed for a while either. Like, this is like my first official week back. Well, my first show back was with Flash, and I think I got a little bit too inebriated on that show.
I walked in on that show.
I was lit up, man.
I went in the chat for a second, and it was like the moment when Dante was like at his peak. Like, he's like, I love you guys. Like, I love Flashcast. Like this, I just love you guys, man. And I'm like, oh my god, he is lit.
Yeah, I had a few too many mudslides that night, and yeah.
At least you're happy drunk.
Oh yeah.
He was, and it was so funny because I saw someone made a meme of you, like literally in a mudslide. I was like,
you know what? That was probably the first time that I was ever drunker than Rhino on that show.
You were freaking smashed, good and smashed, like pumpkin smash.
And I felt it the next morning. So
yeah, you did. Oh, oof.
Yeah, not a good time.
It's also Halloween week. Are you guys ready? It's Friday. It's Halloween. Does that excite you?
Oh, this Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're 8 years old or something, it probably would.
Hey. Hey, I'm excited. Tomorrow, I have a plan because I went and I went and got like the biggest pumpkin I think I've ever gotten in my life. So tomorrow I'm gonna be carving that bitch. Like, it's gonna be a full day of just pumpkin arting it.
See, I love Halloween, but I don't like that part of it, right? Like, I don't like, the decorations or, the pumpkin carving. Like, I like going out and being amongst the people who are dressed up and all that cool shit. But if I have to work, I don't enjoy it as much.
I do it for myself. Like, I like the pumpkin art thing. I don't know why. Yeah. But especially the pumpkin art. Like, it's taken years to like make it like an actual thing. Like, I don't do just like triangles and stuff anymore. Like, I like actually shave the stuff and like, it's like an actual like art, like getting into it.
Like, do you use the stencils and all that?
Well, you have to kind of use a stencil, especially depending on what you're doing. Did you see mine from last year, Dante?
I don't think I did.
Let me show you. I have it on Instagram. I did the last year. I did Wicked, because Wicked was like it was in at the time. So I did like the Wicked poster, and I think it came out all right. Here it is.
Oh, that is really good.
Right? I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Yeah, excellent job.
I put her eyes on it because remember when Cynthia was like freaking out about I'm not being seen. So I
Did you
photoshopped.
Oh, you photoshopped it. I was like, where did you get?
It's her eyes too. I like went and photoshopped her own eyes and put it. Put it
Well, I'm glad they're photoshopped because I thought that you took, like, you carved out somebody's human
like real
eyeballs.
eyes.
Yeah, and then you put them in there.
You know
So
what?
I'm
Next year.
relieved. I'm relieved.
Next
Yeah,
year.
that would be next level.
That would be very wicked of you.
Yeah.
Nina.
It would be. It would. Ba-dum-bums.
I tried.
Wait, do I have drumming sounds? Did I put a drumming sound? No. Next time. I'll get a bumps for us for next time. So yeah, that was so I'm excited. This year is gonna be on theme as well. I'm gonna do my pumpkin pretty much the same thing I'm dressing as, which is not being told to people yet because I will reveal my costume on Friday's Infinite Hope. So if you guys want to see what I look like for Halloween, come and hang out with me
Get the
on
big
there.
reveal.
Yeah. By the way, let's say hello to the chat as well. I hope you guys all doing well. It's been a minute since I've done the Wednesday show, so I know Darren's in the chat. We got Emily in the chat. There's a bunch of people in the chat, and I love you guys, TZ Burton. But you know what I don't love is what's going on with YouTube and the whole let's like here's Spike Insanity, who I usually know as Spike Insanity or Spike in well, he used to be Spike in Madness, but I turned him sane, and then he went into Spike is in something else. But now it's like all at Spike Madness 5005, and apparently they're not changing this. This is going to be
How do you
a
turn
thing
somebody
now.
sane?
With my show, Infinite Hope, I just kept injecting white pill after white pill. And then I think Trump got elected and he got a little bit of sanity back. But then they didn't release the Epstein list and, a lot of other stuff happened. So he went back into madness, especially after Charlie Kirk got shot. And then I injected more white pill and more white pill. And then he came. What did you name Spike and Resolve? That's right. He went in, he became Spike and Resolve for a minute.
Sanity
But
is a
now
very relative term.
it really is. But now he's back to Spike and Madness 5005 because of YouTube's BS, which is
Wait. So what exactly is YouTube doing? Because I've been out of the space for a while.
like, do you see how his name it says at Spike and Madness 5005?
Oh, they're doing that. Yeah.
They're doing the whole like at thing, and now you can't have like names anymore. I wonder what Russell Hall's name is going to be like because he always changes his name, or like like deranged lunatic, and then they would always change their names. And now I don't think you can do that anymore. After Charlie, I was spiking outrage. That's right. That's what happened. He was spiking outrage.
I mean, did they do that so people can't troll anymore? Like, I don't get the point of that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying like it's something to be like to make sure that it's like that, especially for channel, like channel creators, like the ones that don't have a check mark yet, because it's like you have to be 100K to get the check mark or whatever.
Right.
So people know that it's actually you in the chat and not like somebody else pretending to be you, which I'm like, okay, but if you want to do that, why don't you just give everyone a check mark when you monetize people? Like you don't have to, when you get to like the 1K or the 500K, everyone like creators should just get a check mark automatically. Like 100K to get a check mark on YouTube, it feels a little ridiculous. But that's just where I stand on that. But you know what? There's a lot of outrage going on, as always, on the internet. I think this week's biggest outrage was the Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes interview. Did either of you guys watch the interviews that went on?
I saw some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
I
watch?
didn't.
Did you watch like clips, Dante, or did you watch like the actual?
I just watched clips.
Oh, okay. You didn't watch it, John?
No,
Um,
I don't really care about either.
You don't care about that.
No, I've never really been a big Tucker fan. Nick Fuentes he's had some hot takes that I'm like, okay, yeah. And then
Mhm.
others I'm like, okay. And so, but I've never been a big fan of either of them. I really don't. I'm not that much in the
You're not subscribing.
yeah, like I'm not that much of a diehard right winger or whatever you want to, whatever you want to.
Oh, now you're
call
gonna
me.
get canceled. Now the right's gonna cancel you. You know, there's a whole war going on. Dare I say a civil war going on in the right wing right now.
Really?
Yeah, well, basically because of like this whole thing with Tucker interviewing Nick Fuentes, it kind of started last week with well, it kind of started a little bit further back, like right after Charlie got shot. Matt Walsh tweeted out this thing where he was like, I want to unite with the right, like our enemies, the left, like they killed Charlie. We got to unite and, take, win again kind of thing. Right.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people were like, well, you can't really unite with everybody. They're like, what do you mean we got to unite with everyone? Because
Wait,
we're not
did
gonna.
Nick say that? Or
No,
who
no,
said that?
no. Other people were saying that, like mostly like
Oh, okay.
Zionist people, mostly like Zionist right wingers were saying like, well, we're not gonna be, uniting with everyone. Like, for example, Nick Fuentes or Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens. Like, we're not gonna unite with these people. These people are anti-Semites. Like they might agree with us on some things, but for the most part, they're anti-Semites, and like no way, right? And so this kind of conversation was going on for a while, and then Matt Walsh, I guess, went on a podcast with Ben Shapiro, and then he kind of, started talking about that whole this whole unifying the right, blah blah blah, and Ben Shapiro was like, no, like no, Matt, you're wrong. We can't unify with these people. These people are anti-Semites, like we can't do that. That's my Ben Shapiro. I can't really do Ben Shapiro, but we gotta like watch out for those anti-Semites there, Matt. We can't. I know you're a Christian and all,
talk
but
fast. I think
you gotta talk real fast. Wet ass pussy. That's
Yeah.
I
don't know. I feel like Shapiro's been on this pro-Israel thing like so hard for so long that I
that's
think
all he
people.
is.
Well, I think people who were even fans of his at one point are probably questioning, if he was ever really a true conservative or, because those are the rumors I've been hearing. Is people questioning whether he was a true conservative ever, if he was just a plant, like an Israeli plant. Like
Everybody
just
says
like
he's like a basically kind of like, yes, like an Israeli plant or like a Mossad agent. I don't know if he's Mossad, but he certainly doesn't seem like, he's America first. I can tell you that. He certainly
Oh, no.
He's proven
He is definitely Israel first.
Yeah. So then those guys started fighting, and then everybody was like, oh, so like Matt Walsh is gonna leave Daily Wire, like, so everybody was, just kind of jumping on that. This has been going on for weeks, John. And then all of a sudden it culminated to Tucker Carlson dropping this insane interview with Nick Fuentes, who has basically been ostracized from the right wing since he was like 18 years old. Now, I personally, my views on Nick Fuentes has kind of shifted a little bit, because when I used to watch Nick Fuentes, like I've never really watched Nick Fuentes. I've only known him from clips. Like I never really watched him. And actually that's not true. How I was introduced to Nick Fuentes was through Medicare and like Medicare streams, talking about Nick Fuentes and the whole Catboy phase and the whole thing about him being gay and like the whole drama streams. I don't know if you guys remember any of that, but like there was a while where Nick Fuentes was going like hard against Ethan Ralph, and they were like in this whole war, and like Medicare was covering it. Do you guys remember any of that?
I just never got that far into whatever internet drama that was.
that was like a whole other side of Nick Fuentes that I don't think most people are aware of now. But he was like in that whole sphere of what is it called? Like internet drama. What was it called? Like the drama streams that they were having. Like not Drama Alert is now like their whole thing, but
I
you
know what
guys
you're
what I'm
calling
talking
about.
right?
Yeah.
Kill streams.
Kill
It was
streams.
kill streams. That's what it was. And so they were like all involved in the kill streams, and then Medicare would make fun of Nick Fuentes, and like he would call him Catboy because he used to like stream and wear those cat ears, and he was like super gay. It was like a whole thing. And then he got canceled, like thoroughly canceled from pretty much everywhere. And like got debanked and like all this stuff, and then he had to go on Cozy TV. Like he got deplatformed completely. And then
I mean, a lot of this stuff though he brought on himself, man. You know, like
sure, I don't disagree. He was very what's the correct term here?
He was antagonizing just for the sake of being antagonizing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
most of the time I don't believe that he has like any true like
Values
belief at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I just
yeah.
I don't know. Like something about Nick Fuentes for me has always been fake.
He seemed the thing is that he's like, to me, he's kind of like a career politician, right? Because like he went to college at 18 and by his own admission, like, you know, he joined the debate team. He was into politics. Like he wanted to become a politician. And I think that makes him a career politician, right? So in a sense,
yes,
yes.
But now what? He's a career agitator now, right? I mean,
yeah, right. Well, that's the thing, right? It took a turn, and it became this thing where he's just kind of like an instigator. Like he became an instigator and all this stuff. And so I stopped following him because I was like, because of some of the stuff he said, especially about women, like his views about women is so like, ugh, like you're so gross. Same with like his views about Black people. I mean, it's just, I don't know, like there's just certain things that he says that I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about?
but
like,
see, and that tells me though
he
takes every turn he can to like, you know, make it an opportunity, right? So when
right.
the red pill thing got hot, he became super red pill, right? When it, you know, when you know the racism thing was on a spike, he jumped on that to just to be trendy, right? I think he has no real conviction. Like that's my problem with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of claims that his real conviction now is America first. Like he's like, oh, I just want to be America first, like America first, America first. Like that's why he's like so against like the whole Israel thing. And like most of the people who are like, you know, Israel first are very much against him. So there's a big clash going on the right because of this. Now, meanwhile, you have someone like Tucker Carlson. And I know, John, you said you're not really a fan. Is there a particular reason that you're not really a fan of Tucker?
I mean, I don't think he's too far away from that whole, like even when he was on Fox, some of the positions that he would take, I think some of it was because he knew that it would appeal to his audience.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily know if those were his perspectives or views, because some of them he did get a little bit out there, a little bit more fringe.
Yeah.
And and you know, when a guy loses his job too, like never underestimate what somebody will do to stay relevant. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to bash Tucker. I'm not here to say that he's a bad guy or anything, but there's just, for whatever reason, he's just never appealed to me, where it's like, I really like that guy. I really like his takes. He really has a unique perspective or point of view. I just never got that. Those are the kind of people that appeal to me, where I feel like they are their own person with their own perspective, their own unique point of view. They are not going to just go with the wind or go with whatever's popular. And I'm not saying that Tucker is that guy, but it's just like, in terms of personality, his personality, whatever that is just never. It's just never
Never vibed with you.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying he's a
I
bad
love
guy.
his.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying one way or the other. I don't dislike him, but it's just
Yeah.
never been a fan. So
Yeah, I've always liked his like perpetual surprised face because he's always like he's always like, what? Like even when he was on Fox, which was like at the time was even funnier on Fox because it was like, you know, that was just his face, like it was perpetually like the surprise face. But I started liking Tucker around 2004, 3, 4, which was basically right after he started questioning the Iraq stuff. So I've actually liked Tucker for a long time because he was one of the only people back in the day to start questioning the Iraq war because he went there and he saw what was going on and then he realized, oh shit, this whole thing kind of seems like you know, we're being taken for a ride.
Yeah, I have to say,
And
like, I honestly liked Tucker and Megyn Kelly a lot better after they left Fox. Like, I think
mhm.
when they were with Fox, I couldn't stand them. Like, for some reason, like, it didn't seem like the things they were talking about were their own. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like since
Yeah,
they've
it was
been
very scripted.
since they've
Yeah.
been on their own, I feel like, okay, this is who these people are. And I've had
Mhm.
a, you know, I'm not saying I'm a fan, but I've had at least a more of an appreciation for what
Yeah.
they do since they left
Yeah.
Fox.
For their perspective.
Yeah.
That that's how I feel too. And but before like 2003, before he started questioning things, Tucker was just another one of those mouthpieces. Like and he knows that and he's constantly actually talking about that. Russell Hall, thank you for the twos. He says you can't blame a gay for thinking vaginas are icky. See, that's the thing. Like, the question is he gay? And we're talking about Nick
Nick
Fuentes
Fuentes.
is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think yes, I think he is gay. But we're actually going to come to that, Russell. So, um, keep that thought.
You know, okay, you know what he reminds me of now that I really think about it. I feel like Nick Fuentes is one of those guys who, yeah, he'll talk shit about women, he'll talk shit about black people, but then he's the kind of guy who, like, you know, behind closed doors, he'll be getting pegged by a black woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
100%. I see it. I
you know
see
what I
it.
mean? It's like
Yeah.
the thing he
Yeah.
preaches against the most is the thing that, you know.
Yeah, thou protest too much, bro. You know what it is though? Like the thing with me is that I've always as a personality was like, you know how you said, John, that you didn't really like personally vibe with Tucker. Personality wise, I always vibe with anyone who questions the main narrative and who questions like who goes against the grain. So whenever like somebody's like starts to questions things and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, like what's going on? Especially if other people like the mainstream decides like, you know, that they should be canceled or like, you know, oh, that you can't listen to them or like whatever. I get even more curious, right? So with Nick Fuentes, I felt like that a little bit because I've known him to be, like I said, I knew him known him to be like this weird gay catboy kid. And then all of a sudden he becomes the leader of the America First movement. And then he becomes the leader of the Groypers. And then the Groypers are a bunch of weirdos. So I'm like, okay, so like what is going on? Because how is this kid getting so popular if his views are so fringe and he's been deplatformed off everything? Like he can't even get views. Like there's no way. Like he had no Twitter. They just allowed him back on Twitter and he's got it like for the first time ever. I think he's got 1 million followers without a
Wait,
blue
they
check
they
mark.
kicked him off Rumble too?
Originally, he wasn't even on Rumble. Then he came on Rumble when Rumble became a thing. He went on Rumble, but before like Rumble was a thing, like he was on Cozy TV. He was basically like ostracized from all streaming.
Wow.
He wasn't on Twitter. He wasn't on Facebook, like nothing, like none of the platforms. He got debanked. And so like I started getting more curious about him because I was like, okay, what is this kid saying? Because whatever he's saying, it's vibing with a lot of people because a lot of young men were going towards this guy. And I'm like, well, what is he saying? What is he about? Right. So I got curious more. And so I started watching some of his stuff, not particularly him, but like when he would do interviews with other people, like for example, I watched his recent one with Dave Smith, and I watched the one he did with Candace Owens. Now I watched the one with Tucker, and I think that for those things, I got a different perspective from him now, and I can tell you he's still a career politician, and I can tell you I think this kid's going to run for president and most likely win. And then I'm not saying 2008 or 28, but down the line, like as he gets older, I think he is going to go for that. Now in the meanwhile, Tucker has been getting canceled by the I call them mostly like Zio bots, but like the Zio Israel first crowd has been gunning for
the
Tucker.
Zionist right is what you're trying to say.
The Zionist right. Tucker and Candace, they've been gunning for these guys for a long time. Like they're just like the anti-Semites. We gotta get rid of these people. They're like terrible, blah, 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 right? And Tucker is at the forefront of that, which I think is really weird because he doesn't even really say anything too bad about Israel. Like he questions, very basic things like, why are we funding so much stuff with Israel? And like, just very basic questions. Like he never says anything about the Jews. And I just feel like that's
but those basic questions though are coming from a guy with a super large platform,
right.
So
right. And
that's why people are pissed off.
Yeah, and they're getting pissed. The Zionist guys are getting pissed, and so like after that interview, which like I said, I watched it, and it was a really good interview. Like I was like, this is actually a really good interview. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of like, what's his name, Larry King. Like it was like a very Larry King-esque kind of interview where he wasn't trying to antagonize Nick Fuentes because he wanted him to open up so that he can tell him. Like he literally was like, okay, tell me your views. Like I want to know your views from your mouth. I know you from like all these clips, but tell me who you are, and like let the guy talk, which I think needs to be done because I think conversation is important, especially when it comes to people who are influencing young kids, like young people that are going to be basically the next generation of people that are developing the government, going up into government or whatever else, policymakers. They're going to be the next generation, and they're listening to people like Nick Fuentes. So I wanted to know what is going on with this kid. And I thought, again, Tucker did a great interview, but man, oh man, is the right mad about this guy doing this interview. Look at this guy. Stop anti-Semitism, saying Tucker Carlson will be the demise of the Republican Party. This man must be ostracized from public forums, insider circles, and every place in between. Otherwise, the GOP will morph into the radical abyss like the Democrats have after failing to regain in AOC, Tlaib Omar, and their ilk. And then you had people like Brandon Tatum, tweeting this account and being like,
"Oh, that guy went off the deep end, man. Like, he lost a big part of his fan base from what I've been hearing. He lost a lot of followers.
Oh, he lost me because he went nuts. I was like, what is going on with this dude? All of a sudden,
and my thing is when people go crazy like that normally haven't been crazy like that. I think they're getting paid by Israel. I do think they're getting paid by it because
I do too.
Why would you risk, right? And I don't mean like, look, sometimes you're going to say some shit, people are going to get pissed and they're going to unsubscribe from you. I get that, right? Happens all the time. I piss people off all the time, right? But it's just natural though. Like I'm not getting paid to piss people off. But I think like when you go to that extreme, the way these guys have, and you're willing to lose like so much of your fan base, you got to be getting paid off. You have to be getting paid off.
I agree. I agree completely. John, do you have any thoughts on this at all? I'm trying to pull up this.
Yeah, I just don't really. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Maybe he really is. That he's a true believer in Israel or whatever he's standing up for.
Whatever his cause is.
I don't know. I think speculation, at least this is just my thoughts, is like speculation beyond what is provable and knowable. There's just so many things that people speculate on, and they don't have all the facts. They don't know everything. And then, I mean, I've just seen it. I've seen it personally. And it's like, wow, people can be so way off in terms of their in terms of their predictions of like what they think is going on. And so, and I'm not saying that's the case, you know, for you guys. I don't know. That's all I'm saying, is just that I'm just not willing to take a leap in terms of saying I believe it's one thing or another, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, and sometimes it is just Occam's razor. And it is, you know, it's just it is very simple. Sometimes it's so simple that we almost feel like, no, there's got to be a more complex explanation to this. There has to be something nefarious going on here. Sometimes there is, sometimes there really isn't. So,
oh yeah, no, I totally agree. And I think, you know, all we can do is speculate, because none of us actually know the truth, right? I mean, we're probably not going to know. But my thing, I try to look at things from, you know, a fairly logical point of view. And for me, it always comes back to money, right? Why would you ever risk your money? For the most part, you know what I mean? I mean, especially when you're
if you really believe something, people will do, you know, it all depends on how strong your convictions are. I think that's
okay. You know what?
Some people will, and some people won't. You know, some people will not. You know, money over, you know, cash rules everything around me is like their mentality.
Right.
But some people do have legitimate convictions, like they, you know, where they will take a hit financially. Just because.
Okay, you know what? I agree with that to an extent, right? And this is what I mean, especially with somebody like Brandon Tatum, for example. Here you have Brandon Tatum, who, you know, conservative voice. He found his voice. He became a big YouTuber, whatever, right? My thing is this: I find it hard to believe, and this could be just me being really fucked up, but like I find it hard to believe that this guy, right, born and raised in the hood, right, became a cop. All this, you know, he has this story, right? He's willing to die on this Israel hill. This dude from the hood is willing to die on this hill for Israel. Like,
because he got married to that Jewish woman, and then after that, I was like, oh, now my entire identity has become like Israel, and I'm like, really?
Okay,
if he's a Christian, okay.
No, I'm just saying, if that is true, that it's because of his wife. Either he is not man enough to like be his own person with her, or she is putting it on him so good that this dude just does not want to ruin that. So, like, I'm saying there has to be some logic going on here. Like,
sure.
Again, speculation. I don't know the truth. All I can do is speculate. I'm just saying there's something off about a lot of these people who are claiming to be so pro-Israel. Like, and maybe they just have the convictions, right? Maybe they're, you know, I don't know, real Christians. But even if you're a real Christian, you get what I'm saying? There's something off about all of this.
I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Like, I think it's magic Israeli pussy for Brandon Tatum, and I think it might be money. Like, I think it might be money. John, what were you gonna say?
Well, I think if I mean, look at the pro-Palestine protesters. I mean, how really. I'm talking about the people on the streets protesting Palestine and all this. And if you probably were to ask them any questions about the situation, like any real, they might not even understand the geography of Palestine,
I agree,
Israel, and all that.
Yeah.
They don't know diddly squat, but they'll, you know, if you were to call them out on something that they were wrong about, they probably would get more entrenched in their position. And I think that's sometimes what happens, is that people just it's like the sunk cost fallacy, where the more you defend something, and then if it is, maybe the sunk cost fallacy isn't, I'm trying to think. Well, it is kind of the idea of like, you're so invested in something, and then the whole idea of you getting out of that, you've already invested so much into it. You've already, you know, in this case, you've already supported one side. So now if you change your position, which it might be, you know, in some ways it might be smarter or wiser to, but you're already dug in. And sometimes it is hard for people to just let go. And I think that's a part of human nature as well. It's like people, once they are dug into a particular position inside a side, the likelihood that they're going to have this awakening, wake up moment, like I guarantee there are things that we're all, our convictions, our beliefs that we have right now. Some of them will change throughout the years, but there are just some things where we are probably never, ever going to move on. And
I think
just
I'm becoming
happened.
black-pilled, like more black-pilled by the day over politics. I mean, I'm going definitely like Verbal's direction here. Like I don't, I literally
Yeah.
have like, and I'm infinite hope girl, but I have like zero hope
Come to the
for
dark
like
side, Nina.
any politics like at all.
Come
I'm
to the
like, they're
dark side.
all the same shit. Like I don't even get like, they're all the same thing. Trump is the same. Like every single politician I've ever known has been the same. Like in my entire adult life, it's just been this like the same thing over and over again. Making big promises and keeping maybe one, like like making 20 big promises and like maybe keeping one, and then and doing that one like kind of half-ass as well. Real quick, I wanted to get this super chat, massive super chat here from the Gilkman, Thomas Gilkey. Hello, thank you for this. Woo!
What's up, Thomas?
Thomas, he says, much love, keeping awesome. So I know this is not infinite hope, but with all the craziness in the world, I figured I would bring some in the form of that because of this community. I raised $2,000 for autism awareness. My God.
Good for you, man. Good stuff, man.
Done. That's amazing, Thomas.
Yeah, good job.
That's really cool. I'll try and remember to give you a shout out on actual like infinite hope as well, because that's a big deal. So thank you. And thanks for lightening the mood here for a moment. Because we're gonna be going back to talk about how gay Nick Fuentes might be in just a second. So this is this is a really nice super chat. So
Dare you
thank you
bringing in all that
again.
positivity when we're talking about people getting pegged? How dare you?
Okay. I'm gonna share with you. Okay, by the way, this was I thought was funny because Tucker asked him his origin story, and his origin story was that basically, long story short, Ben Shapiro and this other girl that I guess her name is Cassie, who's now like come out and made a giant thread, which we're not gonna go through, but she made a giant thread on Twitter being like, none of this happened the way Nick said it was, and I've stayed silent long enough, and sharing her side of the story. But this was, I thought, was funny because Nick was talking about this being like, the first time that Ben Shapiro tweeted him when they were kind of like eyeing him to see like what he's like and blah, blah, blah. And on Christmas Eve, or on Christmas, actually Christmas Day, December 25th, 2016, he wrote, accusing any American Jew who is pro-Israel of being an Israel firster is a pure form of anti-Semitism. And he was referring to, obviously, Nick Fuentes. That's his old account that got banned. Before, like, he now has a 1 million follower account, which is crazy that he climbed his way back. But that was it. This is the tweet that created basically this monster that they all now hate this guy, Nick Fuentes. And this is this is one of those tweets where like this is like the beginning. This is like the what is that called? Like ground zero or whatever. Like this is ground zero of creating one of his like the worst enemies that you could ever make was this stupid kid right here. And he I think now the tables have definitely turned. I think Nick Fuentes is way more popular than Ben Shapiro. I think Ben Shapiro is just like I don't think he's very popular at all anymore. But this was I think this was my favorite clip of the debate, or not debate, like the interview. which was a little bit actually later in the interview that like after they went all through like the Palestine or the Israel thing and like all the stuff like that. They got to a topic of women and marriage. I thought this was really interesting. Did you watch this part, Dante? Did you see this? Oh, you're muted.
There we go. No, I did not see this part.
Okay, this is great. So let's all watch it together. John hasn't seen it either. John, you're gonna. I'm sure you're gonna have some perspectives on this one. Okay, here we go.
So what are the other factors that prevent, I'm sorry I called you gay, by the way, but I'm always, I think I'm just too old or something. I'm like, why isn't anyone married? You tell me, why aren't people?
For the record, I don't think he should have apologized for calling him gay. But see what I mean though? Like he really wanted it to be like one of those interviews where he's not attacking Nick Fuentes. Like I think he wanted Nick to like bring his walls down and actually be a person, you know?
Well, I think if you call somebody gay and they're not gay, then you might want to apologize for that. I mean, like,
Right.
what?
Yeah, but in this case, John, like most people think he is gay.
I mean, personally, I could see why people would think that, but I never assumed.
You're gonna see why people say that even more after this clip.
Well, no, because he's not married. But I wouldn't necessarily assume that he's gay.
That's because you don't know about the Catboy stuff. See,
I don't. I don't. If I seen
I've
that, I probably
seen
would.
Things.
Yeah, there is some evidence that he might be a little sweet in the tank. So.
I love the way you say things, Dante. My God, that's funny. Okay, here we go.
Old or something. I'm like, why isn't anyone married? You tell me, why aren't people married?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's the women. The women are extremely liberal. No one.
It's the women. It's not because I like dick. It's just that it's the women. Here's the thing. I actually agree with this part of what he says. I like shockingly, I was like, you know what? He's actually right. Here it is.
It's the women. The women are extremely liberal. No one talks about
this.
This
is why I don't think he's
increasingly
gay.
They do, especially after the last election. There's a 40.
What did you say?
That's why I don't think he's gay, is because gay people, like, they really care what people think. They're like women. Like, women care about what other people think. They care about how they're going to be perceived and all of that. And that's why I just don't think, like, Nick doesn't give a shit. Like, he's just going to say whatever he wants. He's going to piss people. He's going to piss people off on purpose. Like, that's the thing. He's going to intentionally piss people off. Usually gay people, I mean, I'm not going to speak for all of them, but again, there is that feminine nature that they actually give a shit what people think. And women are always, they're all in their feelings. I
don't think you watched enough Nick Fuentes to be able to comment on that, though, because Nick does care about what people think. That's why he's been fucking crying about certain people not inviting him on a show for God knows how long. Like, oh, everybody's canceled me. I'm going to cry.
No, all I'm saying is based off that statement where he says it's the women, how many gay guys are going to come out and gay dudes are, they want to be in good with the women. They have a lot of women friends.
This is why he said liberal women. He's trying to, kind of divert.
He's trying to make this other argument about how most women are liberal now, which is a valid argument. I actually think he's kind of right. It's an honest argument that he's making here. So let's listen a little bit more, and then we can talk about what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. I kind of agree with him.
Fact after fact.
That's why I'm like, this is actually honest truth. He's not even lying.
See, these are the takes that I'm like, Nick, you're spot on. You're about 99% on there. Like,
this is why so many young men are going towards this kid, because young men, especially young white American men, are like, look, we've been disenfranchised like this kid. We've been canceled. We've been called Nazis. We've been called sexist. We've been called misogynist. We've been called this. We've been called that. And we're just like regular people. We're just living our fucking life. And anything we say is extreme scrutiny, and we always are being told, check your privilege and like bullshit like that. So of
Yeah, I
course
mean,
they're gonna like flock to this guy who's basically saying all the right things that they want to hear and like make them feel like, look, like if they're gonna get rid of me, I am you. You are me. So like people are gonna vibe with that. Like young men are going to vibe with this.
I think on this topic, yeah, he's very much right. I think, we all saw, or most of us, I think, saw that video from TwitchCon where that streamer Neon was asking, that chick to, come to a party he was throwing, right? And the girl was, very attractive. She's one of the Twitch models, so of course she looked really good.
Mhm.
And she asked him, "Why are you inviting me?" I guess she didn't know that this guy has a huge following. And yeah, so she's like, why are you asking me to come out? And he said, "Oh, because I think you're beautiful." And then she says something along the lines of, it feels great to be objectified, right? Basically trying to shame him for
What the fuck? I didn't
for
even hear
saying
about
that
this.
she looks beautiful, right? So
Wow.
look, these young cats are up against it, man. Now I gotta say, for
Mhm.
me personally, like I just look, my dating range is 40 and up. So most women
Yeah, they're
I
not
talk
young
to,
anymore.
yeah, they're not really into this crazy shit. But I will say that the young guys out there, they got it bad, man. Like they got it really
Yeah.
bad. I got my book coming out next month, my dating book, where I'm going to be talking about all this stuff. And it's crazy. I had to add an extra chapter in it just on this kind of stuff because I know that
Mhm.
guys are up against it right now, man. Like, and it's
Yeah.
messed up. So a guy like Nick Fuentes, for good or for bad, he kind of speaks for a lot of, especially these younger dudes who are having a lot of trouble, talking to women, trying, because look,
Mhm.
it's really easy for Tucker and for a lot of conservatives to be like, oh, just find you a wife, right? Just find you a wife and
Yeah.
have children, the whole like Matt Walsh thing. I get that.
Mhm.
It's not that easy for these young cats out there, though.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the problem. Finding the wife is hard.
That's the thing, right? Because Tucker goes on to make a really good point, but it's like, yeah, like you're right, Tucker. But it's like, how do I get that wife? Like, how do I find her? Like this unicorn. Like, if you're someone like Nick Fuentes, right? And you're a young guy, and like literally everyone around you, especially if you're in college or whatever, like 90% of these girls are liberal, like hard liberal, not even classical liberal. Like they're like, blue haired, feminist, weirdo girls. Like, and you're just like, oh God, like I don't have anything to do with you. Like, how are you supposed to find a wife in that kind of environment? But
Okay,
let's
you know what? And,
listen.
and to be fair to the women, because
Mhm.
I'm nothing but fair. Okay. To be fair to the women, I get it, right? A lot of these young guys don't know how to talk to women these days either. They have zero game. I don't know if it's too many video games or what the case may be, but a lot of these young guys,
They
because
talk about it on
having
this.
been a
Porn.
bartender for 20 years, I've seen guys just literally, they'll be like a gorgeous woman on the other end of the bar, and they will
Mhm.
just sit with themselves and won't even make an attempt to talk to her, right? Because they
Mm.
don't know how. They don't know how to talk to women. So I get that on both sides. Because look,
I
we can
get
we can say
yeah.
it's all the women's fault, right?
Right.
Sure.
But you know, the men have to take some responsibility too, right? I
Sure.
mean,
Yeah.
if you're not even stepping to them, you can't
Yeah.
complain about them.
Well,
Well, and
it's our role to shape. At least this is my view, and it's probably might be not be popular with some people, especially women. But but no, but I think a lot of women would agree that it is the man's role to lead, and it
Yeah.
is men who
Yeah.
shape society. And so if things are the way they are, it is ultimately our fault
Yeah.
as men. And
I
I know that
agree.
might seem like it's like, I might be saying on the one thing, like on the one hand, like, yeah, Nick is completely right. But on the other hand, there is this aspect of like, no, we've dropped the ball. Like
Yeah.
we've let it get to this place. And
I
until we're
completely
willing to accept that level of responsibility, we can't, I mean, we're living in a dream world. If you think that things are just going to magically fall on your lap and fall into place, and we're going to revert to the 1950s and everybody's entitled to, the nuclear family and all that, things have changed. And so it's like, we
Yeah.
need to adapt, and we need to get We need to get stronger. We need to get better. We need to improve. And
Yeah.
I don't really hear, I guess I don't hear a whole lot of men talking about that. I feel like there is a lot of men, and I know like what Nick is saying, like, yeah, but if you just roll with that and you have this MGTOW mindset, you're just victimizing yourself. And that will never, ever be attractive to a woman ever.
Yeah, I agree completely with you on that.
Sexual value is very inflated. And so a lot of people are looking at these like frumpy, obnoxious, loudmouth, liberal women who are also very promiscuous and saying this is not actually appealing at all. And I don't want to start a family with a person
Sounds
like
awful.
this. Yeah, it is.
But if you believe in the patriarchy, as I fervently do, because it's just reality, we didn't choose the system. We were born into a system that is part of nature, can't get out of it. So if you believe that that's true, which it is, then you think that men should lead. And if it's going to be better, men should make it better because that's their job.
Right.
So you don't want to give.
I didn't want to spoil it, but literally Tucker says exactly the same thing as you. Literally.
Them a pass, do you? I'd be like, it's all the girls suck. So
I don't even blame it on the women because I think that it's the incentive structures. Women are allowed to do this by the legal system, by kind of social norms. Technology is a big part of it. The attention that is available to women. Women go on Instagram and they get attention from thousands.
What was that?
I said he was literally just blaming the women. What are you talking about?
Because he's gay. This is why I'm telling you guys he's gay, because he hates women. Look, inherently, gay people hate women. I know, John, you said they actually like women, but no, they really do hate women. They don't like women. That's the thing. That's why they're gay.
It's true.
Because they don't like women.
And trans women hate women even more. So
exactly.
But all these gay guys have all these like women friends.
Yeah, because they tolerate them, not because and because they can get along with them better once they realize they're really, really gay, because they can't really get along that well with dudes. They can't have dude best friends because they always end up getting crushes on them because they're gay. So they can only, have a platonic relationship with women. It's like the same problem as like, how guys and girls can't really be friends because, one of them ends up getting a crush on the other one at some point if they're both single. It's like that. You just can't be platonic unless you're in a relationship. And so when you're sexually attracted to that same sex, you can't really be friends with them.
According to that line of reasoning, then every straight man just hates men. That doesn't really make sense.
No. Straight men they function differently than gay men.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying that if there's an attraction. I'm just saying if there's an attraction to the, in this case, the same sex, and you're saying they hate women because they're not attracted to them, then I'm saying that, okay, well, if a man is straight, then does that automatically mean that he hates other men because they're competition?
They might. I mean,
nature?
like women
Like,
hate other women because they're
board?
competition.
Yeah, that's a woman thing, though.
And also a gay thing.
Could be. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I never thought about it like that.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure like, really butch lesbians probably, get along pretty well with men,
Yeah, they do. Because they're butch lesbians. Because they're very gay. She's gonna be talking to other women. Like, what kind of wife does this guy want? Like, she's gonna fucking trap her in a basement. You can't talk to anyone. You can't fucking see anyone, do anything. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I'd rather have her talking to other women than other men.
Exactly. Exactly, John.
10 years down the road, 15 years, 20 years down the road, people change. And I think that women, as kind of the ultimate conformists, the ultimate enforcers of like social norms, I think eventually the pressure from society kind of gets to them.
Yeah, they didn't get to the part. This clip didn't get to the part where, like, right after he says this, Tucker Carlson goes, yeah, but once you find like your person, the person that you want to marry, all that stuff goes out the door because you fall into your own roles, which I completely agree with Tucker. Like, once you find your person, you will fall into those roles, like in those household roles, or like the man leading, or like, you know, woman doing whatever she needs to do to keep the household or whatever. But I think like but to get to that point, though, to Nick's point, to get to that point, it's really hard out there for young men, especially.
Well, yeah,
Women too, but
it's even
less
harder,
so.
I think, if you know, you don't like women at all. You know, I don't know, the way he was describing it, man. It's like, look, I was married for
He's so
12
in the
years.
closet.
I was married for 12 years, and yeah, guess what? You know, the person you marry is going to change. They're not
Yeah.
going to be the same. You're going to change. So the person that you guys were when you got married doesn't mean you're going to stay that person. And look, man, at best, marriage is 50-50. It's, I mean, as far as, you know, you have a 50% chance of it working,
Agreed.
you know, 50% of it not.
Agreed.
It's hard. Marriage is probably the hardest thing I ever did in my
Yeah.
life.
It is hard.
Okay, like, and I've had some pretty rough situations and jobs and all kind of things, and marriage was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Wow, that's crazy.
Let that be an encouragement to all of you out there who wants to get married.
Well,
No,
I'm just saying, look, man.
No, I
Marriage is
agree.
hard.
I agree.
But you know, like you got to work on it, man. Because here's the thing, guys, and you got to think about this, man. This woman that you're investing in, because believe me when I say it's an investment, you know, theoretically, you're going to be with her for a long time. So, man, you got to do whatever it takes, man, to keep it new. Whatever you got to do, you got to work. Keep it fresh, man, because I'm telling you, once it starts to dull, bad shit happens.
Get bored. Yep.
Yeah, when they get bored. See, that's the thing too, is that like, because I've been married for like, you know, a really long time, and yeah, it can get stale, but then there's stuff you could do, like, you know, take trips and, you know, like other stuff to basically kind of like spice it up or whatever. But really, like, but it is hard. It's not an easy thing. But I think it's like that for any relationship, not just a marriage. I think it's like even friendships. Like if you really want to, like a friendship, like if you want to ride or die, like whether that's a friend or a husband, a wife, or whatever, you have to put in the effort to, like, you know, have a relationship and have, you know, build that trust, have communication, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's all work. It's not something that just comes. Like, it's not something that just like manifests out of nothing. You really,
I mean, I will say that the stakes are a little bit lower with the friendship.
Definitely. But still, like, even if you want to make a friend that's like an actual friend, not an acquaintance, like someone who's really in your life, to me, it's always been really hard to make friends and to like keep real friends, like real friendship, because people will come and go in your life, you know?
Oh yeah, I could count like my true friends on one hand.
Well,
Exactly.
I think it's all about intentions too. It's like, what do you know? You can't have a great friendship with somebody who just wants to be an acquaintance and vice versa.
Right.
And same thing, I think, with chasing a woman who, you know, you hear stories and sometimes it works out the other way, but I think it's like, if things are very difficult at the outset of something, it's probably not going to get any easier as it goes. And so there should be a level of ease, you know, at least in the initial stages. Things are always going to, you know, the honeymoon's going to end. Things are going to get, you know, things happen, and that's the natural course of life. But I just think, like, yeah, you kind of have to feel things out. And it's like, if it's not clicking, you just have to, you know, if there's not the chemistry or the spark there, and even the same thing in terms of like, yeah, there's people that sometimes you meet and it's just like right away, just as friends, you're on the same wavelength, you're chatting back and forth. It's almost like, and yeah, I think in that case, it's like you kind of want friendships like that. Like, if you have to really work hard for a friendship, you know, I don't know, like, is it really worth it? That's just my thoughts. But I mean, it's like the same thing too, I think, for like there needs to be that initial like connection at the
Spark.
beginning.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not, more than likely, it's just not, things rarely ever get just easier and smoother as they go.
And yeah, and look, man, when I said that, guys are up against it, man, like, you look, guys, I feel your pain. Like, I understand you are up against it. It's, along with, all the other craziness, man. I will say this, women today, their expectations are way beyond what they're worth, right? And I say that like I'm trying to say it in the nicest possible way, right? But you can't have this chick who's like 250 pounds talking about she wants a guy who's 6 foot tall, over 6 feet, a millionaire, a great body, great successful job. But that's what these women are expecting. Women who shouldn't be asking for like a man like that. I'm being honest with you.
This is how much we've inflated. Like, women have inflated each other. I mean, it's.
I think that's what Nick was kind of talking about when he said, "Women talk to other women." I know it sounds so really much
more, like that whole thing.
Exactly,
It's like,
John.
And the one chick
that's
is
the
single.
Crazy part.
The one chick is single, and the other chick's married, and
that's the crazy part.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
they
like
do that. They're like, and they don't want like the married friend to be happy.
No,
they want them to be miserable. So they're like, you could do so much better. Like, don't you want your freedom? Like, they just trying to break up marriages all the fucking time.
Yeah,
like,
if they're
it's
not
kind
happy,
of crazy.
then yeah,
It's sick.
yeah,
it's sick.
Well, it's like that saying. It's like that saying that goes, water seeks its own level, right? It's like you got to be realistic about the kind of person that you can pull. Like you can't, like I said, you can't be down here and expect to pull somebody up here. I mean, you got to like know who you are, where you stand. And look, man, and for you young guys out there who, sometimes it's about mojo. Actually, a lot of it is about mojo. And, if I'm keeping it 100% here, just 100%, sometimes you need a slump buster, right? Like sometimes you need somebody just to get over the hump. And no, really, I mean, because that will help build your confidence, man, to talk to someone who you actually want to have a relationship with. Now, I'm not saying you guys need to go out there and be slutting it around, but I'm just saying, you gotta have that mojo up, man, because
like,
you know what?
Like to wet your feet.
Get on the court and play.
You gotta play. You gotta play the game. You got to.
Yeah. Practice makes
Yes, you gotta practice your dribbling. You gotta practice. And sometimes that means
Russell Hall for $5 says the women have these things called vaginas and they're all pink and crinkly and they smell funny and they completely ruin a perfectly good butthole. I don't understand this tweet, Russell. Are you trying to say you're gay? Like, I'm so confused. Are you saying that? Are you saying you're gay, or is this what Nick Fuentes is saying and he's gay? I'm confused. Somebody's admitting they're gay. That's all I know. But thank you for that super
maybe
chat.
a little bit of column B and C.
So here, the crazy part is that this conversation is reminding me of like something else that's been going on. So, but you guys know how like, and this isn't even supposed to be part of the topics, but it just made me think of it. But like, you guys know how like Taylor Swift came out with a new album, like just recently, like
I'm aware
like
of it. I haven't heard one song from the album.
Okay, so I'm not a Swiftie. Like I don't like Taylor Swift all that much. Like once in a blue moon, like I'll listen to a song and be like, oh, I kind of like the song. And who is it? Oh, it's Taylor Swift. Like that kind of thing. So this time I went and listened to the album because I wanted to see if she writes a song about Blake Lively, just because I have this morbid, curiosity about that whole case with Justin Balzoni and everything like that. Like once you're following it, you're just like, oh, let me hear all the drama, right? So she didn't write one about Blake, but I noticed that when I was like listening to the album, I was like, this album sounds like a really lovely album. Like meaning like in terms of like the lyrics and the songs she was singing, it was all about love stories and about being rescued and about being like, in love and like, how this guy's finally set her free and how this guy's finally like made her so happy and like all this stuff. And then of course she's getting married to Travis Kelce. So, and like one of the main songs, like her first song is called Ophelia. And like the lyric is literally like, you saved me from the fate of Ophelia. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that's like, Hamlet's girlfriend that went crazy. So like, she's kind of like saying like, I was going crazy, I was going mental, but like now, now that you came into my life, like I feel like I have a new purpose. Now I'm happy again, and I want to start a new life together. That's basically the album. And so all these left-wing crazy women got pissed off at Taylor Swift, and they're like, oh, this album is like a trad wife, like dog whistle, and like she's like changing and she's becoming MAGA and like all this shit. And like they were like basically shitting on the album for like, I don't know, it's been a couple of weeks now. But it just made me
she's
really
becoming MAGA because she's happy.
yes, because they're saying that she wants to get married now and like have kids and like settle down, and that's not Taylor Swift. Like how dare she? And it's like all these fucking cat ladies, these wine moms, they were all waiting for her to break up with Travis Kelce again so she can put out another album hating men. And because she didn't, they're like, oh, you fucking bitch, like you're leaving us behind now. Like, and it's just like, dude, what the hell? Like the girl just wants to move on with her life. She wants to grow up. She wants to go to the next phase of her life, and they can't even be happy for her. They're like, oh, she betrayed us. It's like she betrayed all the cat ladies, and it's like, what the fuck? She just wants to get married. And have a
Misery
life.
loves company. I suppose.
It's
Gosh.
wild. I'm like, this is why, like that part about what Nick Fuentes was saying about that, especially the liberal women. I'm like, I can't blame them. The liberal women are honestly the worst. Like some of these chicks are so awful. So I
because like for a guy, can you even imagine trying to be with a woman like that?
No,
That would find that to be toxic. It's just like, that's a normal, desirable thing.
I can't. Yeah, like it's so crazy, John. It's so crazy. That's why I feel bad for you guys, like you single guys out there. I'm like, oof. It's slim pickings. Now, we've been talking about these lefty women, which is kind of on topic because we're going to be talking about more lefty women. Because there's a lot of Twitch hoes have been in the news recently.
Yes, they have.
I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's just been like a bunch of Twitch news recently with like, Twitch thoughts and blah blah blah.
Well, that's because of TwitchCon and all the stuff that happened there.
Right. Now, to be fair, what happened to that Imiru girl at the TwitchCon, that was fucked up. Like that, I don't know if you heard, John, or not, but this chick was like basically assaulted at TwitchCon. Yeah, like a meet and greet. This guy went up on her, and I think he kissed her. Did he kiss her?
Yeah, he grabbed her and kissed her, and was kind of forcing himself on her, and people just sat there and watched, until somebody finally like stood up and did something.
Somebody like knocked him out, at some point, but it was just like it took a minute. But so then she came out though, like, and I was really like confused because at first I was like, the hell is this, like the same guy she's talking about? But she wasn't talking about the same guy because I don't know anything about these people. But then this Emiru girl, she comes out and she talks about how like this streamer that she was living with, this guy named Misfit or whatever, was like, abusing her and like sexually assaulting her and like all this shit, and like it's just been going on. So that happened, and like that's not even part of the topic tonight. But then this whole other thing happened where I was like, what the hell's going on with like Twitch? But this other girl, so this girl's, her name is QT Cinderella, and I was like, all right, what's going on? Because she's getting canceled. I was like, why is she getting canceled? Because I saw her like apologize. Like I saw this video where she's like apologizing to everybody, and I was like, what? Here, let's listen to her apology for a second. Oops.
Wait, or is she gonna say what she did? Or
she's not gonna say what she did. But then I found the clip. I found the clip of what she did. So do you want to watch the apology first, or do you want to watch the thing she did first?
I mean, I don't really care about any of this, but so go ahead. Yeah. But I'll watch and I'll have an opinion. Okay. I don't care about internet drama. I don't.
We should probably play the thing she did first, right?
Okay, let's play the thing she did first.
Because
Okay. So here's like for those John, I don't care about any of this either. It just comes up on my feed and then people talk about it and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll talk about it.
Well, I saw Asmongold talking about it earlier.
This is an Asmongold clip of this thing that happened to this girl. So this is that girl, QT Cinderella, and she's like on a stream with a bunch of people, and then she says this.
I don't support that my father is transphobic at times. I don't support that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't support it. Period. The end. But I still love my dad, and I'll go to coffee with him tomorrow. But I don't support that.
She's getting canceled for being normal.
The world is not as black as white as everyone thinks.
Exactly.
Like you guys, you can't fight hate with hate. It doesn't get you anywhere. It literally does not get you anywhere. Like, it's so important to, like, as someone who's very open-minded, to be around closed-minded people and show them that it's okay to be open-minded is actually one of the most important things you can do. Like, as a human. It really is. But I get it. You guys can think what you think. I'm not going to change, though. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it. Because at the end of the day, if
these people live their whole life on the internet because they're losers.
So that's it. That was the clip, John.
So she
said she got canceled because she said she still loves her dad, even though he has transphobic views that she doesn't agree with. That's it.
Seems pretty reasonable.
And by the way, that could just be her dad saying, I don't agree with it, right? Not him saying anything hateful, not him saying that he wants them all to die, just him saying, I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
He basically saying, I don't believe that men can be women, women can be men. Right. That's all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, after that happened,
he just believes in basic biology. That's all he believes in.
After that happened,
put him in the stake.
This is where it gets like fucking crazy wild. Is after that happened, she gets canceled, and then like her friends, like her, especially her female friends, who are supposed to like have her back or whatever, pile on, and they're like, "Oh, you know, I mean, this bitch Valkyrae or whatever her name was, she was all like, she was saying things to her like." You know, you're so white, like you shouldn't have even said that because like, I mean, it comes off like really bad because you're white anyway. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does that being white have to do with it?
Doesn't Valkyrae have her own problems right now? Like, isn't she getting dragged because of, because
of this? So she deletes this.
Well, she's getting dragged because of the Hassan stuff too.
Oh, that's right. But I don't know what she did for the Hassan stuff. What does she do? Because everyone's
she just, number one, I guess there's rumor that they're banging or something. So she's like, she's with Hassan Piker. The other thing is she's defending the shit he did to his dog.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, that's just all terrible. So this
girl shouldn't even be talking.
No, but she decided to chime in on her friend's drama. And she said, there's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced. Oh, this is because she was getting canceled herself because she came out and she said that, is this the one?
I did tell her, I was like, cutie.
Yeah, this is it.
I do think your tone doesn't help because you inherently sound really angry all the time. You sound really, and she knows. I was like, you're very blunt. I think it's your tone, you're blunt, and it just comes off poorly, especially, and I was like, you're also the whitest woman I know.
See, this is where she could have just ended it there.
Isn't she? Am I colorblind here? Like, what the?
No, she's white.
I mean, she's white and she's acting pretty white herself. I don't know, like what?
She could have stopped talking like right here, right? Like,
especially, and I was like,
it's her tone, it's her whatever. She's also really white.
You're white.
Like,
you're also the whitest woman I know.
She's whiter than the other chick.
And like, what does that even have to do with anything?
Because white privilege, John. God.
Just you know, you being so white, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. But I know her.
White.
I know her heart. It's just because she wants to help, but I feel like there's
I know her heart, because most white people have such bad hearts, right? I mean, like, it's
So cringe.
What the
I
hell?
like
I don't get,
white
I don't
people have
understand. I just don't
white equals bad.
understand this generation. Like I am like I am official, like I am old. That's what I the
Hey,
conclusion I've
welcome to the
arrived
club,
at.
man.
Like what the yeah. Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, because
Yeah.
I
ways
quit
we can-
trying to understand.
Yeah. Wait, what did she say in the end?
she wants to help, but I feel like there's ways we can do it better. I did.
It's biology. That's all this is. It's basic biology.
No, it's white
There's
privilege.
XX and XY chromosomes. You either have one set or you have the other. That's how it works out. All you delusional millennials out there.
They're fucking wild.
You
So then,
you
John,
are delusional. You're in the wrong. It's not her
True.
dad.
fucking preach, bro.
It's true.
It's true. So this
Holy
is, but then it gets even funnier because, so this clip that we just saw, John, it got her in trouble because everybody was like, "The fuck do you mean about the white people thing?" So then she comes out with this tweet and then she deletes it. So she goes, "There's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced that others suffer from. And loss and lots of privilege obviously comes from being white. Never thought I'd be accused of being racist against white people when the clip is clearly out of context. Anyway, filming wine about it pod right now and with QT, my white friend that I love very much. LOL. Stream resumes tomorrow." So then she deletes this, and then I guess she says this on stream. Oh, then before this happens though, this other girl goes on to a massive apology rant thing. She's like a 2-hour stream where she was basically saying the same thing, which is that she's sorry for hurting.
I'm really sorry. Like,
I'm really
again,
sorry.
if you don't want the
Okay, can we just really grasp the idea here that what she's sorry for is loving her father? Like,
she has absolute, like there is, yeah, the idea that there'd
Like,
be
how
any
fucking
outrage
ridiculous.
over what she said was, yeah, like if she said what I said, yeah, I'm sure people would not like that, but she just said that she loves her dad, even though she doesn't agree with him.
Yeah. And she even said, "I don't agree with him and I try to correct him." She even said, "I don't agree with him." And they're like,
Yeah, what more do you want, you
But see,
weirdos?
this goes along with what we were talking about with Taylor Swift, right? About people, wanting you to be as miserable as they are. Most
right.
people have cut their families off,
Yes.
or more importantly, or I should say, they've cut them off. The families have cut them off, right? So now, no,
Yeah.
really, and they think that everybody should be like them. Where if you don't agree with their lifestyle, you got to cut them off, no matter who they are, right? It
Yeah.
could be your husband, it could be your father, it could be your sister, it could be your mother, whoever, right?
Mhm.
You got to cut them off if they don't agree with their lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what they want her to do, is cut
Yeah.
off her dad. Like they're
Well,
like, it's not good enough that you don't think the way he does. Why are you going out for coffee tomorrow with him? The fuck? Like, like that kind of thing.
They're trying to do shame over
Yes.
something that there is nothing, and there's probably no chance that you'll ever hear me say this, but you have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. It's these people that are coming after you. They should be ashamed of their behavior. You know, like it's totally reversed, which is the absolute insanity of what's going on in the world today.
It's freaking bizarre.
Heard what a lot of people are saying, and I am sorry for the hurt that I've caused people. I'm really sorry.
If they're hurt, that's their problem. That's not your problem. It's their problem. It's if you're offended by anything, that's your problem. It's not whoever's offended you. They didn't do anything. You got offended at what somebody said, but they can't make you. You can only grant an emotional reaction if you allow it. If you allow somebody to get underneath your skin because of what they said, that's your problem. That's your fault. They just said something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
but the craziest thing is to apologize for loving your own father. Like that is what's fucking crazy to me. It's like, it's not even like she said it. Like, it's not even she like was like, well, you know, like I really don't like trans people or whatever. Like she didn't say anything like that. It's like, she's like, oh, I have like a dad that like has these viewpoints or whatever.
Okay,
and I don't agree.
Here's the thing I'm wondering. Why, if she knows her audience, right? Why even bring that up? Why even bring that up about her father, right? If this is the kind of audience she's cultivated, that she's built, then she knows exactly who she's talking to when she looks in that camera. So why even bring up her dad at all?
Because she wanted to virtue signal that, like, you know, I live with like a right-wing dad, and like even so, like, you know, I tell him it's wrong all the time. And it backfired because she brought it up to virtue signal, to be like, I tell him he's wrong. I'm the one that's like, you know, I'm an ally, you guys. She says that in this thing. I don't know if this clip has that.
And that's why I have zero sympathy for this girl.
She keeps going on and on about being an ally and like, because I am an ally.
How old is she?
Ally.
She's got to be what, early 20s?
Early 20s.
I don't know. Probably early 20s.
I mean, I guess early 20s growing up in this day and age.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I don't.
Okay.
You know, like I don't like.
No, hang on. She's 31 years old.
Oh, okay.
No, she's too old.
Not in her 20s. She's too old.
Yeah.
No excuse.
Never mind.
31?
Wow.
No. I'm sorry.
She should be flattered by my.
Yeah, no,
I thought she was younger than that.
Yeah, I agree. She looks great.
If you don't want this apology, then it's not for you. And clearly you're not.
But then you know what it also says, John, is that mentally she is so kind of retarded, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't think it's just her looks that make her seem like she's, you know, younger than 31, because no self-respecting adult woman is going to apologize for loving her dad. Like, that's just not a thing that like, you know, self-actualized women do. At least, like, you know, not like I would never do that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. The phrase too, like actualized. I'm not drinking, by the way, like alcohol. But no, I think that's the point. It's like, if you have a very strong sense of self, you're just not pushed around as much by what other people think or what other people say.
Yeah.
But if your sense of self is grounded in or rooted in other things, other people's opinions and ideas and all that, then yeah, you are going to get, you know, you're going to get blown around just to whatever.
Like a leaf.
Yeah.
Like a leaf in the wind.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate.
What's up, Rhino?
Hey, what's up,
Rhino?
You only thought she was younger than that because she's stupid. Exactly,
point,
Rhino. Because she's retarded. That's why. And also Gamer Gramps became a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member of my YouTube channel. Thank you. Yeah, and she lacks self-esteem. She lacks like so much, just like a lot of stuff.
You know what?
Brain.
I'm curious. How many followers does she have? How many subs does she have on Twitch?
I have no idea.
I mean, like, is she a big streamer?
It's on Google. It says followers 1.2 million. So I'm guessing yes.
Holy shit.
On Google, that's what it says. Let's see, how many followers on Twitch? Yeah, 1.2 million followers.
Okay,
on
so
Twitch.
she's a fairly big streamer.
Yeah, that's why she's friends with like Valkyrae and like because these chicks aren't like this Valkyrae chick's not gonna be any friends with anybody who's like not
Right.
not a big streamer or whatever. Which by the way, I realized because I don't know anything about these Twitch people because I don't like do Twitch gaming and all that stuff. But like when that Emaru girl was talking about how her like weird streamer boyfriend abused her and stuff, I was like, what the fuck kind of shit is going on with Twitch? Because they're all like, it's like a bunch of incest. Like
all of the Twitch people are weird, man. I mean, look, I got into Twitch because I'm big into fighting games and Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, that kind of stuff. So like they have a pretty good community as far as like professional players who play. And when I think of Twitch, I thought it was like mostly about that, right? Video games, watching the pros play, that kind of thing. Then all of a sudden, man, these girls just kind of sprouted out of nowhere. Now that's all Twitch is about. That
was before OnlyFans, though, right, Dante? Like when the hot top streams and stuff like that.
Most of them are to promote their OnlyFans. That's really it.
But was OnlyFans a thing when Twitch was a thing? Or
Well, it was, but it wasn't. Like it wasn't big, right? Like it wasn't. It was around, but no one was really using it. OnlyFans didn't blow up until the pandemic. Because so many women lost their jobs during the pandemic that they had to make money somehow, so they all went to OnlyFans.
They all went to OnlyFans.
So OnlyFans just blew up. So, and Twitch was around before OnlyFans or before.
Right. Yeah, because I remember the Twitch, like the hot tub streams and stuff like that. And like,
that came way later. That came like
that was like, that was Rhino was telling us it started with Amaranth doing pool streams. Yeah, like was it pool streams or was it hot tub streams?
Well, they're all the same. It's pool, hot tub, and something else.
Yeah,
beach. I think it's beach or something.
Beach streams.
So if you are a part of the queer community and I've hurt you, I am sorry. If you are a person of color who I have hurt, I am sorry.
Person of color?
What? Whoa. She didn't even say anything about black people. Right? Did I miss something?
She just wants to cover everything. Let's just cover it all. Just in case I think what she's saying is that if you were a person of color who was offended by what I said,
why would a person of color be offended by her talking about having an anti-trans dad?
If there's any disabled people who are offended by what I said,
yeah, she
didn't say that her dad was racist. Like what the fuck?
Oh my god!
But that's kind of like it's kind of a little bit of a discriminatory thing to like classify everybody who was offended by what you said, because it just shows that you think of them in terms of color or disability. If she gets there, I don't know. It's very odd.
Is obnoxious.
So bad, and she's 31.
We have complicated things so much.
Gamer Gramps says for $5. Thanks for saying it, John. Who cares?
Exactly.
On the other hand,
yes,
it beats hours of Trump dick sucking. This is also true.
I'm the same there, man. I'm like, I am so far removed from it all. None of this stuff really. It just feels like a bunch of stupid noise at this point.
It's still funny though. I mean, we can laugh about it, right, John? You're having fun.
Is it even laugh? Like, is this stuff that is it even funny? I don't know.
It's more like sad tragic, clown, right? It's like
it's tragic clown, that's for sure. Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm laughing, but I'm also crying on the inside. Like what is happening to this world where this chick has to apologize for loving her father and then also apologize to like black people for no reason whatsoever.
For no reason at all.
If you were a black person offended by my trans comment, if you were of Asian descent and you were offended by my trans comment, if you are handicapped and you were offended by my trans comments. Well, oh well.
Yeah.
Whoopity doo. That
I
she
am.
should have said that.
And you know what? I
I
guarantee
really-
you,
I
she's
think
probably
she would've-
single.
I,
She's probably
yes.
single.
Either that or she's dating some dude on freaking Twitch that's gonna like end up abusing her or something. Like it's like the like these Twitch dudes, man. Like I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but it's like a really I don't know. It's a weird situation over on Twitch.
I think the way I was wording things was very like irresponsible and wrong, and I'm sorry.
You said you loved your dad. Like what? You said I love my dad and I'm gonna go to coffee tomorrow with him, even though I tell him he's wrong. Like you didn't word it back. No.
See, if she was
No,
dating
girl.
somebody, if she was dating a good, strong man, this would have
Oh,
never happened.
She's dating Ludwig. Who the fuck is that? Who's Ludwig? Let's
I
look
have
this
no
guy
idea.
up. It's probably gonna be a twink. Let's see. Who's Ludwig? Is Ludwig a streamer? American YouTuber Ludwig Agren. I don't think I've ever heard of this guy. Oh, I've seen this guy around. Hold on. Let me share my screen so you guys know what he looks like. It goes to show how much I know about like streaming world, which is very little. Do you guys know this guy?
Nope.
No, but he should have told her, you don't have to apologize for anything. You have nothing to apologize for.
What kind of content does this guy make?
I don't care. I don't care about any of these people. None of these people.
I have
None
no
of these
idea.
people.
Yeah, I don't care either. But there you go. Wait, is this guy considered like twink though? Like I don't know. He kind of looks like one, but
He looks like an average guy. I don't.
yeah,
He
Yeah.
looks like a.
he looks like an average dude.
Yeah.
It's true. Oh, he's a Twitch.
We're gonna get.
Twitch streamer. Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna get into some internet drama here if we keep going.
that's fine.
That's exactly what Nina's going. Like, please come after us.
I just like I don't
Bring
know
the
any
clout.
of these people.
Bring the clout.
This was hold on. This is funny though. Okay, so that chick's apologizing to like literally everybody under the sun. And then Valkyrae gets canceled for her tweet and for like basically white shaming that girl, even though she's white. And then she like, deletes this because she says this is why.
I deleted my tweet because it reached real Nazis, real sexist people, real transphobic people, real hatred people. It almost gave them like something to huddle up to. And so that is why I deleted my tweet. That is the reason. It also didn't provide enough context for people that did not know the context. So I'm not using Twitter again until I do my my Santa Ray foray. No,
So
it's
that's
okay.
it. So she deleted that because it reached real Nazis. And I was like,
Yeah, so
as
full of
opposed
shit.
to what? Like they label like literally everybody Nazis. So yeah, so the real Nazis decided to show up and therefore she deleted that. I think these people are all nuts. Like
You can always
I
tell
think
who
this-
those real Nazis are. If they voted for Donald Trump, of course,
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But these are people who have like no cling to like the real world. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Like their whole world is looking at a camera.
Yep.
That's their entire world.
Yep.
They
Their biggest-
probably don't go out and shop. They probably have things delivered to their house, right? By looking at a
Yeah.
screen. They
Their
don't go
biggest
out.
problem is like probably when like the internet goes down or something like that. You know, that's like the biggest problem they've ever had to deal with, like calling the internet guy to come, like, you know, make sure it's okay. Like
Yeah.
my modem's down. Oh my
And
god.
even then, they have their phone, right, which
That's
runs on a
true.
different network. So
That's true.
these people don't deal. They don't deal in reality.
They really
True.
don't. It's really weird. This is we're gonna move on to some other type of women now. Based women. Like Sydney Sweeney. She's really hot, you guys. I'm into her.
I've noticed.
I'm a fan. So she did set off the libs though, apparently. Freaking New York Post, man.
She always sets off the libs.
She set off the libs again because apparently she showed up for the World Series on Fox's coverage, which I hope they have a link to here. Oh, like here's a picture of it. Let's see if I can find the actual video of her. Here, I'll scroll up so you can look at her while I look that up. World
Hair looks
Series.
good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really leaning into that Marilyn Monroe look. Let's see, Fox.
It's working.
I agree. I think she looks great. Although Anna said like she's always had short hair and she just get extensions. But
Really?
yeah, but I was like, I didn't think she gets like I think she still has like longer hair. She did get her hair cut recently.
Yeah, her hair has always been longer than that.
Yeah. And then and I guess she does get extensions once in a while, but
Sure, but I think this is the shortest I've seen her wear it.
I think I've seen her wear it like one other time shorter, then it grew out again. Because you know, hair does that.
Yeah.
Where is freaking hell? Where's this video? I want the video for this World Series thing.
Wait,
Probably
so
on YouTube,
so,
right?
so the libs are on her ass, even though in her most recent movie she's playing a lesbian.
Wait, she's playing a lesbian in the most
Yeah,
recent
and that
movie?
boxing movie, Christy. She plays the
I
female
didn't know she
boxer.
was. I didn't know she was gay in that.
I believe the character, well, it's based on a true story, and I believe that the woman is gay. So
Oh,
I could be
okay, hold
wrong,
on.
but
I didn't know that she was gay. Sydney Sweeney. Let's see, Sydney Sweeney World Series. I'm trying to see if I can find it on YouTube. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Unless somebody's used her for freaking, what's it called? Thumbnail. No, I hear her voice. That's the only thing I don't like about her is her voice.
Oh man, this is fun.
Okay, here we go.
Given the setting, it would be appropriate to dust the story in movie magic, right? Why not romanticize a bit? Why not roll out the red carpet for our guests and place their names exactly where they belong? High above the streets and shining lights. Why not? Because the truth is chasing this dream isn't glamorous. It's not perfect or effortless. The road here isn't silk and champagne. Okay, that's not entirely true. It's over 170 games. It's dog days, summer days, and rainy days. It's buses at midnight and flights that land when the sun's already up.
Kirk has changed game 3.
Winning, real winning, isn't polished. It's bruised.
Play at the plate. He scores from first.
It's messy.
He's out.
It's imperfect. It's everything you can't fake.
Shohei Ohtani, the stuff of legend.
It's earned. It's beautiful on its own. Let's just save the Hollywood for the ending. Welcome to Game 4 of the World Series on Fox.
So the libs got mad
About what?
for that ad. Just that he was there. That's it.
I think she stole the segment. I think that's what happened. Like, she didn't supplement it because it's like, I'm watching, and she's talking with like that, a little bit of rasp in the voice. There's a little bit of, it's a little bit of sexiness to it. And it's like, you're watching her and there's like, oh, a baseball segment, but it's like, no, I want to see Sydney.
Yeah.
Baseball segment. I want to see Sydney. Like, I'm totally, she totally
I don't want to
took
see
over.
the baseball.
She took over. And I know if I'm thinking that, I know some women are just absolutely just.
I mean, I was like,
over
I don't
that.
like baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan. So I was like, can it just be like all Sydney Sweeney? I don't want to look at the baseball parts. But then that's me because I don't like baseball.
I mean, they could have put football. They could put anything between that, and I would still be like, and I like football, but yeah, she totally.
Oh my God, John!
She totally
remind
took
me
that.
because we got to talk about the NBA gambling thing after this too. I forgot to ask you about
That's
it.
right.
About the what?
The NBA gambling situation.
Yeah, that story.
Yeah, let's talk about that after this. So
No, but
this
here's the
is
thing, man. Sydney Sweeney, she could just breathe and piss off a bunch of libs.
yeah. So basically,
look hot.
like Dante, that's what they're saying. It's like, what was it saying? It's at like the comments. Why the hell am I watching Sydney Sweeney promote the World Series? One user. The only thing more wooden than Sydney Sweeney's delivery on the World Series hype spot is an actual baseball bat. Another person raged. One viewer bluntly chimed in, take Sydney Sweeney off my screen for the World Series. Others, meanwhile, were quick to mock the lefty outrage just months after Sweeney's high-profile American Eagle jeans campaign sparked similar meltdown. I see the Dems meltdown coming. Sydney Sweeney narrates the start of the World Series Game 4. One person quipped, Sydney Sweeney World Series spot. How many lip heads just exploded? That's funny. Every liberal watching the World Series just lost their shit when Sydney Sweeney showed up. Gotta love it.
They just hate that she's not on their side, man.
Yeah,
they really do. And then I did see this.
And she's
on
hot.
Instagram.
Yeah.
She's hot, and she's not on their side.
And she's unapologetic about how hot she is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
This was her actually at the World Series, and I was like, this girl is so pretty, and she's so leaning into that whole Marilyn Monroe thing. Where is it? Sydney Sweeney. Let me get her account up for her Instagram. Here we go. Get ready, guys, because this is kind of hot. Here we go. Look at her.
yeah.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
She is
hot.
leading in. I'm like,
Good.
that's
Yeah.
her best friend. Just a couple of Dodger dogs, she says.
They can hate all they want.
They really can. She did a Vanity Fair. They did a profile on her, which I kind of want to do a video about because she said a bunch of stuff that was actually really interesting. Like for example, she talked about the whole Botox situation that's going on in Hollywood. She said things like, Sydney Sweeney reveals that she was told to get Botox just at 16 if she wanted to make it in Hollywood. I have very strong eyebrow muscles, and I had someone tell me to fix my face or else I'm not going to make it. I should get Botox. I was 16. Or I'm in a casting and I'm reading the scenes and the casting director is eating a big chips. And I'm like, you're not paying attention at all. But this comment, though, about her being 16 and being told to get Botox really pissed me off. I was like, that's why all these girls have like freaking, they all look the same and they all look like that alien look. It's really sad.
What's crazy though is like her being told that at 16 isn't even that crazy in LA. That's what's crazy.
I know.
It's like that's almost like
So messed
normal
up.
in LA now.
It is normal in LA, and it's so terrible. Like the culture needs to be changed, and that's why I like her, because she's kind of changing that culture, and like it's good for popular actresses like this to do that kind of thing. Like she was like saying in this, like she elaborated saying that she wanted to age gracefully and things like that, which I think is like, wow, that's a breath of fresh air, because most
Right.
people are like, oh, I'm gonna just fucking start sticking needles into my face the second I get a
Plastic
little bit older.
surgery.
Yeah.
Ozempic, all that jazz.
It's horrible. So like I really like that about her. I like that kind of thing that she does. She was also recently awarded what did she get? She got this award at the film festival. She got the some type of like a spotlight award. There she is with her little award. I like her dress here. I think it's very pretty.
Yeah, it suits her. I think very well.
I have to cough.
Yeah, I mean, look, I like the fact that she has completely just become unbothered by any of this stuff. Then, like, she doesn't let it affect her. Like, she doesn't change who she is. I dig that about her. I hope she keeps that attitude.
Yeah, keep rolling with it. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
because look, it's not stopping her,
I agree.
right? Like, she's not getting blacklisted.
Yeah.
No, and she looks great. She's fantastic. And Dante, did you end up watching Eden? Because I
didn't
watch it.
I didn't get a chance. I kept trying
No.
to today, and things kept coming up.
That's okay. I highly suggest you watch it. So everybody, I did watch her new movie. It's called Eden. And it's Ron Howard's new movie. She doesn't look great in that movie. I will tell you right now. It's not like this Sydney Sweeney that you see. It's they had to kind of uglify her a little bit, which is fine. I've seen her like uglified for a bunch of movies now. Like, for example, Echo Valley, she did with like Julianne Moore. My God, she looked like a train wreck in that movie because she was like a drug addict in that.
Well, yeah, and the new movie Christie she's in, she's not an
Oh, yeah,
attractive woman, you know.
No, she doesn't look attractive at all in that. That's the Christie one.
Yeah.
It's like a monster transformation, like
yeah.
Charlize Theron did with the movie Monster.
Yeah. Except
But
for,
also, she put on like a couple of pounds of muscle. Like she got bigger for this role.
I mean, Christy, like, geez, John. I mean, she's not that ugly.
I mean, not that far, but it's not that far. But yeah, it's.
But
I mean,
it's
they did their best to uglify her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they did the same thing for Eden. Is there like a commercial for Eden here? I don't know if she has one. I do want to watch this movie though. There she is. Look at her. She doesn't look anything like her.
No.
Wow, I do want to watch this movie.
Apparently, though, from what Chris told me, there is Oscar buzz for this role.
Oh, for this for the Christie one?
Christie, yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, I would be surprised if she didn't also get an Oscar buzz for the one that I was watching, the Eden one, for at least a supporting role.
I mean,
has it ever happened before where if a woman's got like nominated for main actress and supporting actress for like different movies? Has that ever
not to my
happened?
knowledge?
I don't think that's ever happened either. Now I'm thinking about it.
I know that at least when it came to directors, there was Steven Soderbergh got nominated for Traffic and Aaron Brockovich in 1 year.
Oh,
that is
okay.
crazy.
He got nominated for one category twice. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's ever happened before for
That would be interesting if that happens, because she would be the first person then that would be kind of
Although
cool.
I gotta say this, and I told you earlier, Nita, you got a movie with her and Anna de Armas, and they're not like, I don't know. I feel like there was a missed opportunity there, man. It's like you got the two hottest chicks in Hollywood in the same movie.
You could have put a dream sequence in there at some point.
I'm saying you're not giving us a little bit of goon material here. Like what's happening? What happened to Hollywood, man?
Well, Nina says that somebody.
I appreciate it.
There is an exposing of.
I'm just saying. I just said Anna de Armas is definitely wild still, like in the movie, because she plays like this character and she's kind of like banging two dudes.
Jeez.
But they don't really show much though. Like Ron Howard is like very good, you know.
Ron Howard's not going to show like a full-on orgy,
Exactly. Like he's like he shows like a little bit of kissing and stuff, and you kind of tell, but they're like every time they're having sex, like they're like somewhere else, and you hear like oh, like like that kind of thing, and you're like, oh, okay, they're having sex. Okay, here is
maybe I'm not going to say. It turns out that Scarlett Johansson was nominated for Best Actress for Marriage Story and Best Supporting Actress for Jojo Rabbit in 2020.
Oh,
that has happened. Yeah, Emma
it has
Thompson.
happened.
Yeah, Emma Thompson in 1993, 1944. Barry Fitzgerald nominated Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor. Different movies, of course. 1938. Faye Bainter. So it's happened 4 times for actors and actresses.
That is good movie trivia.
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets nominated for like supporting actress for Eden. And
apparently there was 10 actors nominated for 2 Oscars in the same year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let me get the super chat real quick. Gamer Gramps, thank you for the $5. Says, I'm sick of these woe is me 10 million a month streamers whining about being called a few names. I know, Gamer Gramps. It's like I'm just like it's just a constant yawn with me now. I'm like, ugh, like you guys are all boring. Stop being so offended by like every little fucking thing. It's just annoying.
I mean, here's the thing: when you go on Twitch, you don't see a lot of people, let's just say my age, streaming, right?
Mhm.
Twitch is for young, stupid people, basically.
Yeah.
Young, impressionable minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I really enjoyed Eden. I thought it was really good. Thank you again, Gamer Grams, for the $5. I thought it was really good. It is I was just telling these guys, like trying to sell them to watch it, but I was telling them it's kind of like real cinema, which is like you can't really say that in 2025 anymore because everything's so like green screen and just everything is so digital looking and fake. But like Ron Howard really like knocked it out of the park for
Ron
Eden,
Howard,
I think.
he's been a very consistent director in Hollywood, so I mean, I don't doubt it at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see it. Although it's kind of funny that you bring him up because I don't know if you've seen that show on Apple Plus, The Studio with Seth Rogen.
Oh yeah.
No, you made
But
me
the
a
episode
little,
with Ron Howard.
you
remember
made
that?
me a little curious though to check it out.
Well, there's a
Dante.
funny episode of Ron Howard where he makes this incredible film and everyone loves it, right? Like while they're watching the dailies, but then he adds on this weird ending that goes on for like another 30 minutes, and Seth Rogen and his team are trying to find a way to tell him he needs to cut that shit out, but he's so nice that no one wants to like offend him.
That's so funny.
It is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Great
have to
show.
check out the Studio show.
You know what? Even if you don't like Seth Rogen, it is a
hate him.
hilarious show.
Yeah,
I will watch it.
I'm not the biggest fan of Seth Rogen, but he's good. The show's good. Like it's entertaining.
Okay, I'm gonna.
If you
watch
ever
it.
wanted the inside of Hollywood, especially like them poking fun at themselves, it's an amazing show.
I like that kind of stuff. That's why I like Entourage, and that's why I like Curb. I like those
then
kinda-
you will
kind of
like
shows.
The Studio for sure.
Yeah, I just hate Seth Rogen. I really wish it wasn't
know.
him. It's like one of those things where it's like, ugh, why can't it be like
But
anybody else but Seth Rogen?
I think you'll like it because he is kind of the butt of a lot of the jokes in the show.
Yeah.
It's very like, yeah, that's a big reoccurrence in the show. Like,
Okay.
he's constantly, yeah, he's that guy. You'll see. The second the second episode though is a complete oneer. Like, it's an entire. I'm sure they stitched it together.
Oh, that's right. It's called The Oneer.
I think, yeah. They got a lot of they have a lot of shots in that show where it is just like long takes. It's technically a very impressive show, but it's also it's funny.
Did he make it? Did he make the show?
I think he co-wrote it.
Yeah, he's one of the creators.
Yeah.
Okay. God damn it.
You got to separate the art from the artist, Nina.
Can he separate the weed from the artist? Like, can we, like, or is that his entire personality in this show as well? Like, Seth Rogen just going around getting stoned.
He gets high, but it's not like a point in the show. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Until the last episode.
Until it is.
I gotta rewatch it because there's some things.
I watched that one clip of the one that you posted, Verbal. And I was like,
that was amazing with the shroom brownies.
With the shrooms.
Yeah.
Because I was like, but I was shocked. I was actually more shocked that like Dave Franco was in it. Because I was like, I thought those guys had a falling out. Like, how is that?
James
Franco.
Yeah. So that's.
Does James Franco star in it too, or no?
No, it's just Dave Franco.
So, but like, I guess Dave Franco and what's his name are fine together. It's just
I guess they're cool. You know.
Damn, freaking can't even get loyalty from family. Poor James. Well,
you know what? I don't even know if James and Seth are still like. They might be cool, but just on the DL. You know what I mean?
I think it's probably like that. Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sydney Sweeney's base. Everybody go check out her movie Eden. It's great. Now this is I wanted to talk about before we call it. I definitely want to talk about the NBA. What do you guys? So what did you guys think about all of it? Did you guys do you guys know what is going on?
Well,
with, like the
my
NBA?
thing with that is, you know, this isn't really anything new. Like, these guys gamble all the time, man. Like, they're huge gamblers. And people, you know, like, I brought that up and people were like, you know, why would they do that when they already have millions of dollars? And I'm like, look, as someone who has a lot of gamblers in his family, like, my grandfather lost a house. He lost several cars from gambling. My grandmother gambles, my aunts and uncles. So, like, I come from a family of gamblers. It's not about the money, right? It's about the rush. And these guys with all this money, it's a rush to them. So they bet. I think it's stupid to bet on your own sport. You know, like, that's dumb.
But that's the thing, though. See, okay, so there's a couple of things going on here. So what's going on with Terry Rozier is a little bit different than what's going on with Chauncey Billups. So there's two different types of gambling going on. One is the like the betting on your own sport, like Terry Rozier, that's just like the game fixing, like if he's going to be on the injury roster or not, like blah blah blah, like that kind of thing. That's like, who cares? Like, everybody knows about that. This is fucked up because so it's not even just that he's gambling or like, you know, placing bets or whatever, like that kind of thing. These motherfuckers are doing like mob shit with the New York mob. And they have like, you know, like tables with like machines that are not working probably, like I can see through cards and like, you know, like that kind of like the next level kind of gambling stuff. And so Chauncey was being used as like a kind of like a patsy, I guess, to like put him there to like make people feel comfortable to come and gamble. Like, so he was being used as like and he's in on it, obviously, like to make like these big rich guys feel comfortable to come spend the money because like this is for real and you're gambling with like, you know, NBA legend Chauncey Billups. And I think that's fucked up. Like that, I mean, there's different levels of gambling. I think that this is more fucked up than what Terry Rozier did because it's just like, okay, whatever. Like you made a couple bets to like, you know, win a couple $100,000 here and there. Like, who gives a fuck? But this is like next level predatory. Like, it's like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Well, it makes you wonder, did he get in with, you know, did he get into debt with some of these gangsters? And they
probably, I mean, I would not be surprised if that's the case. But he's like, I mean, he's deep it runs deep with these guys. Hey, look at this stats connection to Billups and Jones runs deep.
The problem
Do
is though, like
you want me to
this
read
hurts.
this?
This hurts the NBA like really bad.
Of
man.
course,
Like,
you know what? It's weird though, Verbal, because it does hurt the NBA, but also I think the blame rests solely on Adam Silver, because Adam Silver, um, in direct opposite to the guy that came before him, what's his name, David Stern, was pro gambling. So like I mean, I was watching last year, like literally every other ad was some type of NBA app, like NBA gambling app, like gambling app this, gambling app that, like we're
right.
taking bets on games. Like they've made it so mainstream for the basketball, like for kids. Kids are watching this shit. And it's all gambling ads, and like literally every other ad when I was watching basketball was gambling ads. And I was like, well, what's going on with this? Because it was kind of weird, right? Like to see the amount of gambling ads and stuff like that. And like sometimes I would watch the ones that are like behind the scenes, like the ones that show you the court. You know what I'm talking about? You guys, like they're not showing you the commercials, they're showing you what's going on in the court.
Yeah.
So you can see like what's going on even in the court. And in the court, they were also doing the same thing. Like download this gambling app to win a bunch of like, prizes from whatever like team it is. Like let's say
like DraftKings and those kind of apps.
Yeah, like DraftKings and like blah blah blah, and then download this app and like do this thing so that we give you like you can be entered to win game passes to whatever, like blah blah blah, and it's constantly being promoted. It's like a it's weird how prominent it's become, and I think that's because of Adam Silver, because Adam Silver is completely like. He's just a different guy that David Stern was. David Stern was very anti-gambling. He wanted it to be like a very family event. He was pissed off when Michael Jordan was like gambling. Like that was like a big thing that he was like telling him like stop that.
Well, yeah, it's always been frowned upon with athletes, man. I mean, you look at Pete Rose. I mean, that guy was, he wasn't allowed to be inducted into the Hall of Fame because he was gambling, and he wasn't even gambling on himself losing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's really crazy. So like that, I mean, it just it made me go absolutely like I was just
you
like
can respect a guy for betting. Like if he's gonna bet on himself winning, like that's a little bit more respectable.
I agree.
I mean, that's no. I mean, it's like night and day. Like it's rather than somebody that, of course, they're gonna throw a fighter, they're gonna throw the game. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's just two different things. Because
I should be able to bet on myself winning.
Yeah, you're gonna play your ass off. You're gonna try to win. That's what you should be doing, anyways, right? So what? Yeah, is it really that big of a deal? But
what these guys are doing, and the reason why this hurts the NBA so much, man, is because like viewership's been down for a long time. So now, like with this, man, people are just gonna be like, why am I even watching this?
Exactly. Yeah. And Adam Silver now has to go to the Senate. He's been hit up by the Senate committee after Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups arrests. He received a letter asking for further details about Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups meetups. So he might have to go in and make some official statement.
I'm sure Chauncey got in pretty deep with some of those mob guys. Like,
yeah,
I guarantee you.
Yeah, he I think he was in deep. Which is sad, honestly. Like he, Mr. Big Shot, like he used to be, he was something. Part of a very good team, Detroit Pistons. There you go, John. Detroit Pistons. Wait, bring it back. Bring it back.
I mean, this is a Tigers hat, but yeah, Detroit.
But yeah, the Detroit Pistons, man, they won that. They won the championship. I think what year was it?
2004.
Was it 4? Okay, 2004.
And the Lakers were heavily favored. Nobody picked the Pistons, and the Pistons nearly swept them. They beat them in 4. It was a 4-1 series. Kicked the crap out of Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, Gary Payton. I mean, that team was stacked. Nobody saw the Pistons coming.
That's crazy. That was one of those crazy years. And I remember Chauncey was on that team, and it was just it's really upsetting. Like in some ways, like for people our age, we're like, oh man, like what the fuck, dude? Like why'd you do that? Because it kind of ruins your legacy, you know? You're like, he's like this big dude for like Detroit, and then all of a sudden now he's like this fucking gambler. Like it's like, oh.
Yeah. Did you throw game 7, Chauncey? Against the Spurs in 2005? What happened there now, huh? No, I do think it was unfair. Like there was 2 fouls called early on those were on the ref. So I'd like to think Chauncey wasn't responsible for that, but that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, right. And right now he was the coach for the Clippers. So I mean, I think he most likely is going to be fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my question is, if they were fixing games, right? Who else was involved?
Well, it says NBA's Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups were among over 30 arrests that they made. So, I mean, other people were clearly involved. Like,
but I mean, are there any basketball players who like were throwing games?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. That I guess that might come out in the Senate hearing, but also I believe Adam Silver has said that they're starting their own investigation into what's going on, which is bullshit because they kind of cleared Terry before the FBI did. And I'm like, dude, like the NBA investigations into any of this shit is such crock because
Nina, I'm sure it'll be as thorough. You have nothing to worry about. I'm sure it'll be as thorough as the 9/11 investigations. So yeah, exactly. I'm sure it'll be just fine.
Oh my God. Have you guys seen the new Tucker episodes of the 9/11 investigation stuff? I mean, it's great. You guys should definitely watch those. I'm really enjoying Tucker Carlson's been on one recently. Okay, so this is what we know. Here we go. Federal prosecutors said today that more than 30 arrests have been indicated to illegal gambling related cases. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups, and former NBA player Damon Jones were among other arrests. Okay, so Damon Jones was also part of it and accused of being involved in one of the schemes. What?
Luchese? This is Italian mobsters here.
Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese mafia families were alleged to be involved. My God, this is they need to make a movie. We need a movie. This is like some Soprano shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
Was it 3 more than here? Can you read this, John?
Yeah, three of the more than 30 defendants are accused of being involved in both the sports betting scheme and the fraudulent gambling scheme, said Christopher Rea, assistant director in charge of the FBI's New York field office. In one of the alleged schemes, poker players or poker games were rigged using technology such as chip tray analyzers and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. Prosecutor said. The NBA said Billups and Rozier have been placed on immediate leave from their teams following their arrest.
That's what I was talking about with like the chip readings and stuff like that. That's what Chauncey Billups was involved with, and like saying like he was the plant. Like he was the like, oh come and hang out with NBA champion Chauncey Billups. And
I imagine some of these people are probably like his friends or at least acquaintances, right? That he got involved.
Yeah, or friends, or yeah. And it's got stolen money, man. That's fucked up.
I mean, you have to do the thing of it is, I'm curious. I imagine these gangsters, I imagine like you got to let the other players win hands. You know, you got to give them the sense of like,
yes.
You know, I can't imagine that they're just
a false sense of security. Yeah. You have to give them a false sense of security so they keep betting money.
Yeah.
And that's what Chauncey's there for, to lure them in. My God, what a crazy time to be alive, you guys.
As long as they don't get Jordan.
It's crazy.
Gosh, if Jordan, I mean, that would.
That's the craziest part. That was the craziest part is Michael Jordan was so into gambling, but David Stern was like, nope. If you want to have anything to do with the sport, man, like don't do it. And so he stopped for a while. I think he's back at it now.
The whole thing is
But
with Jordan, though, I don't think he would ever bet against himself.
no, I
No.
don't think so.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
it's
think
like,
so.
No.
yeah.
I mean, I wasn't a Jordan fan, but I don't think he would ever throw a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so either. What do you mean you weren't a Jordan fan? What does that mean?
Oh, I was a Laker fan. I hated the
That's
Bulls.
understandable.
Oh,
That's
okay.
understandable.
Hated
but,
the
like-
Bulls and didn't like the Pistons.
That's really understandable.
But you appreciate him as a player though, right?
Oh,
Like
no, I had number of respect for all those
Okay.
guys,
Okay.
for all those legends, like.
yeah.
But as a fan, I could, I had to hate.
I've
him.
just never heard
Yeah.
someone be like, I didn't like Jordan. And I was like, what does that mean?
Well, you said he's not a
I
He's
fan.
respect him.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get it. I get that. Because I don't like LeBron James, and I'll say that any day of the week. So that's fine.
That's fair.
I'm
I'm a Laker fan, and I don't like LeBron, so.
dude. Okay, before we move on,
We could talk about what
What
is
he
going
did-
on with LeBron.
LeBron James. Well, he might. First of all, he might be involved in some of this stuff. Like there's like some rumors
It
that he
wouldn't
might
surprise
be
me.
involved. It would not be surprising.
Well, I think it was a teammate of his that had knowledge that he was going to be injured for a game or something. And
yeah,
he
something like
used
that.
that.
I think it's that Terry Rozier guy. But anyways, I don't know. But what he did to his son, he's completely freaking cooked his son. Like he's just like, oh, I'm gonna have you be on the Lakers and then do like absolutely nothing. I don't know. I feel like he just totally did his son dirty, man. Like let the kid, he's clipped his wings. Like let the kid go and fly.
I agree.
Where's he going to fly, Nina?
I don't know, like anywhere. Go to the Clippers. Go somewhere else. Like
He's
go
not-
and shine
he's
a
not-
light.
That good.
But he
Is
could
he?
be if he practices. I mean, he is in the NBA. He has to
mean,
be
I mean, he
not
went
that
down to the
good.
D League, I think. He got sent to the lower leagues last year because he just wasn't up to par.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the only reason he's on the Lakers is because LeBron
because
James.
of his daddy. Exactly.
Which is why he shouldn't have joined the Lakers.
Exactly. He should have just gone and done some other team, earn
Well,
his
he was a
stripes,
junior,
move
right?
up.
So he still had a senior year that he could have did in college. Get a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he didn't. But yeah, it's just it's terrible. Lastly, I wanted to share this because Saudi Arabia is set to construct the world's first ever sky stadium, which is officially going to be called Noam Stadium, suspended 1,150 feet above the ground. The venue is expected to open around 2032 and will host matches at the 2034 FIFA World Cup. I think this looks like a giant toilet bowl suspended in the air.
Yeah, that looks weird.
I personally no. Just a no for me.
I just think of the logistics, the elevators that you would have to have on this thing. Like, how practical is it in terms of, because how is that going to be probably at least 60,000 plus stadium?
Probably at least, I would imagine.
Like, that is a lot of people.
Yeah.
On top of a building.
Yeah. And just leaving the place, you would have to have massive elevators. Yeah, I could imagine that'd be a nightmare.
This is what happens when you have too much money, man. I tell you.
I don't trust that thing at all.
No, me either.
You couldn't get me up there.
Oh, just the idea of being elevated in that
Yeah,
place.
in a bowl, in the on a fucking high rise.
Nah, I'm good.
I don't know, man. One earthquake, this thing's is a goner. No.
Yeah, and Dubai has earthquakes.
They do. And they have sandstorms. I feel like I don't know if the sandstorm is gonna. I don't know. This just
Nah.
It also doesn't look good. It's like, can you make it look less toilet bowl-y? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't look good to me. It looks like if a giant was around,
He would, yeah, it'd be the first thing he would use to.
it'd be like, okay, like I'm gonna take a shit, like right here.
I think the top is probably for helicopters, I imagine.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody's
but is there
flying
like
our
an
chin.
elevator to take them down?
I think there probably is, right?
Probably in here or something.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
don't
good.
know.
Yeah.
This is for like Saudi chic type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is what happens when you have too much money.
Yeah.
You're like, what do I do? Let me make a giant toilet bowl skyscraper and call it a freaking soccer stadium. But yeah, so 20, what is it? What did it say? 2032? 2032. Wow.
Well, you think about most stadiums, it's all, they're on the ground, of course. And it's like, it's all with the idea of, yeah, people can walk up these stairs and they're big, wide enough
Yeah.
and big enough to do that. And so I just think of the traffic flow of that. Like
How are you
trying
even supposed to get up and down this free? I mean, is this whole building just a bunch of like elevators? Because can you imagine waiting for the elevator?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's crazy.
And if the elevator's out at some point, or obviously there's got to be multiple elevators, but they would have to be massive and huge. But if the elevators are out, like, could you imagine tracking up an entire thing to watch a game?
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like this whole building has to have a couple of things. One, a parking lot, right? Because all these people have to put their cars somewhere, right? So I'm guessing like half of the floors are probably a parking lot. Like these are probably all parking lot places. And then like it's just probably a giant parking lot building for like all the cars of the people, and then just elevators. I don't think there's anything else in this building other than parking lot and elevators. But there's probably multiple elevators.
Yeah,
that's what I'm guessing. And then I don't know. I mean, I don't know what like their protocol would be in an emergency. I mean, there's just, I don't know. This whole thing looks like a fucking giant mess. I don't know. It looks like a nightmare for me, but
yeah, sometimes just practicality is best. It's like rather than like, oh, just because you can doesn't mean
you should. I was just thinking that.
And also, not to sound racist or anything, but it's another country, and I don't know what the safety regulations are like there. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I live in Mexico. I do know what you mean.
I don't know how secure this building is.
That's a good question. I don't know. Somehow I feel like maybe not very, but I don't know. But who knows? Oh man, these people have way too much money. So there you go. But that's something to look forward to in 2032. Wait, why is President Biden trending, you guys?
Uh-oh.
Something might have happened. Joe Biden was not running the show.
That's from yesterday.
That's from yesterday.
Is there anything more current?
No.
Oh, is this about the auto pen thing?
Yeah, the oversight committee.
Yeah, I guess it's the oversight committee. I don't know what this is.
They interviewed people that were close to him, people that worked for him. His doctor too. His doctor pled the fifth, though. He might be in trouble, actually. Yeah.
You mean the one that told everyone that he was perfectly fine throughout his entire thing?
Yeah, he might lose his license over this. Ooh. At least that was one headline that I saw. So we'll see. But
this is the auto pen thing. Let's see.
All the documents that we reviewed, never was there evidence that Joe Biden was involved in the decision making, and even more, we had evidence, Maria, that there was an obvious cover up of his mental decline. Staffers admitted that they talked about giving Joe Biden a cognitive test, but ultimately declined to do that for whatever reason. So
Decline?
I
I
think
thought-
that now with what we
Wait, I thought he took several of those cognitive tests. At least they were saying that he was taking them and passing them.
I don't
maybe
think any of
they
these
lied.
presidents take any of them. Like Trump, I don't think Trump took a. Did he take a cognitive test?
I think so before he became president.
Okay, I think.
But they were saying that Biden was taking them all the time and passing them all the time. Don't you guys remember that? And everyone was like, sure, Jan. Like,
Yeah.
because he was like basically like walking away while people shaking people's hands. Meanwhile, the media was like,
Yeah, it was probably his doctor
Right.
who pled the fifth.
We've
Yeah.
gathered. This is the heavy lifting. We've now passed this along to Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, and we fully expect those pardons to be declared null and void. To hold these people accountable is very
shit.
difficult because many were granted pardons by the autopin on the last day of the Biden presidency with no record that Joe Biden played any
Can you
role in-
imagine you're one of those guys that got pardoned by Biden and now they're like, oh, those pardons are null and void. You're going back to jail, bitch.
Good. Fauci. Get Fauci.
Yeah, but that's not, but he wasn't in jail.
He got
But now I guess
it was
he
like
can
a
be
pre-pardon.
prosecuted.
Maybe.
Now he can be prosecuted, I guess.
How does
That's
the pardon
true.
work though? Because like he pardoned Fauci, who apparently
Yeah, that was
you
a
know,
that was a
didn't-
pre-pardon.
didn't do anything wrong. But then does that mean future tense? Anything that happens, are you good? Like if you've been pardoned, doesn't really make a whole
No,
lot-
because no, because they pre-pardoned him for the years of actually they did it further back, so they can't get him for even further
2014.
back. It was
Okay.
something like that, like 2014 to like 2024 or
So the
whatever. So I
pardon
mean,
covers,
obviously,
like the last, yeah, anything before
Yeah.
the pardon, pretty much.
yeah,
So-
anything before the like that or that time frame. Anything afterwards, obviously, you can be prosecuted for again. But I don't think that will ever happen. I mean, I haven't even heard of Fauci, and I think he's just ran away to like Italy or something. I think he's like living somewhere
So the
else.
question is then, why 2014? Why go back that far?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go back all the way to the 80s because Fauci was, doing some fucked up shit during the AIDS crisis. But
No, he's a fucking Bond villain, man.
he really is. Excuse me. Russell Hall for $2 says that's what I call a shit stadium. Yeah, me too, Russell. it really was. Okay, great show, you guys. Thank you for being here and joining me tonight on another lovely evening of Infinite Talk. And I always enjoy talking to you guys. So, Verbal Riot, welcome back to the internets. And tell everyone where they can find you next.
Yeah, so guys, this week has kind of been like my soft launch. I'm not fully back just yet, but I will be. But I will be on Flashcast again this Saturday, and more
Ooh.
sober than I was last time for sure.
No, boo, get drunk again.
A lot more sober than last time. But yeah, and you can catch me on Slayer Nation, George the Giant Slayer on Sundays at, geez, what time is it? 1 o'clock my time, whatever time that is. I think it's Central. No, because I'm in a new
Wait,
time zone.
Are you on Central now, or are you on?
Yeah, because I'm
Eastern?
in Colorado, so I think that's Central, right?
Yeah.
CST.
Well, what time is it for you right now?
Right now, for me, it is 8:30-ish, 8:39.
Oh, okay. Then you're not on Central because I'm on Central right now, which is 9:30.
Wait, hold on.
So you're like on Mountain Time, I think.
Okay,
it's
yes.
10:39 for me.
Yeah, I'm on Mountain Time.
That's what you are on now. Yeah, Colorado, which makes sense. Wait, who's your basketball team over there? Colorado.
Oh, the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, you got the Denver Nuggets. I love Jokic. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually a huge fan of the Nuggets because of Jokic. I'm a big fan.
Got the
do they-
Broncos and we got the Nuggets.
Did they keep Westbrook?
That I have no idea.
I gotta look into that. Thank you, Dante. You're gonna have to come back next week, maybe. We're gonna sell your book. Buy my book. It's gonna
Yeah, I
be,
know. I gotta start.
Verbal Riot.
I gotta start shilling my book pretty soon. So
Yeah, I'm gonna get that clip from Jay
From Flash.
Sherman.
Are you
Is
gonna
it
sell it
Flash?
on Amazon or what platform?
More than likely, yeah, because I want it to be kind of like a bar companion, like something you could read while you're actually at a bar, which is kind of funny.
Oh, that's
Um,
cute.
and
I
yeah,
like that.
it's just it's called Behind the Bar, the Bartender's Guide to Dating, and yeah, you guys will see.
Cool.
Oh,
Very
cute.
cool.
Okay. That's why you're at a bar now. That makes sense.
Well, that and other reasons, but yes.
It's on theme. Well, happy Halloween, Verbal. Come and check me out on Friday for Infinite Hope so you can see my costume. John, it's always so nice to see you.
Likewise.
Please tell everyone what you got going on next.
So yeah, still putting out videos on the main channel, or at this point, John Talks 2 rather, and still working on stuff behind the scenes for the Cool Comics Company. So
Cool.
it's coming together, but be patient. It's
gonna take time.
It just might appear, out of nowhere one day.
One day.
Yeah, but that day will not be tomorrow. So
I will I'm looking forward to that, and obviously when it happens, we're gonna have a party. It's gonna be a whole shindig. But yeah, like Darren said, you guys join me on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern for Infinite Hope. I'm gonna be in costume. It's gonna be amazing. I got all my stuff, you guys. It's gonna be great. I'm not phoning it in like last year.
You tell the people what you're gonna be dressing up as?
No, it's gonna
Okay, it's gonna be a surprise. All right.
Don't give it away. Last year I kind of phoned it in because I was like, what am I gonna do? Like I just didn't have like any interest, sometimes you go through those years where like, I don't care. But this year I was like, I just needed to get myself like out of like being depressed. So I was like, I'm doing Halloween this year. I'm gonna dress up. Like I'm gonna do it right. So I'm excited. So come and check me out on Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. And I'm gonna try and do some videos. I'm not promising anything either. But yeah, because tomorrow I'm gonna be pumpkin carving. So keep your eye out on for that too. Okay, you guys, thank you, all of you, for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the super chats. If you became a member, gifted memberships, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting the channel and me.
Yep.
And all of us. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Take care.